played Elden Ring yet. Like
You gotta play
yeah,
it.
I know, because like I want to do Bloodborne, then Sekiro, then Elden Ring, and then also everyone's been saying like
You gotta
DLC.
play it in like 2030.
I'm hoping so. Like I'm like, let me. Now I got that Sekiro. You can't stop me.
Now, if you complete Sekiro, you can beat a lot of those games.
Okay.
Sekiro's difficult.
Yeah.
But going into that, it was going to relate back to
Also
Deku
on Platinum too.
One Piece.
Uh-huh.
You want to go?
Let's go.
No. Nah, it was going to go back into Deku and One Piece because it was like, so Morgoth and Mohg from Elden Ring are like, they're these, they kind of look deformed, right? They got all the fucking things coming out of them and everything.
Uh-huh.
And ideally what happens is there's a family, they're part demigod.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes, in this world that they built with Elden Ring, because they got like 7 years worth of writing in there, they have it to where if you're born an omen, which they are, generally you just die at birth. They just kill you. But if you're from a noble family or you're from a king or queen, what they do is they put you in the sewers. So Mohg and Morgoth got put in the sewers. They're twin brothers. Their older brother ran Lindell, the main capital. Godwin the Golden. You see him at the very beginning getting killed and everything.
Yeah.
That's the older brother. He was normal. So what happens is you have these two characters. One of the characters, Morgoth, the first guy you run into, he talks very like posh. He's like calling you a tarnish. He's acting like y'all are different. You know, he's never had respect either. And he has a really, it's almost like
Like this is during the fight.
yeah, all this happens.
Like I'm about to say, like, is there like a cutscene
No,
and then like?
No, this is a lot. There's so much lore in this, but yeah, this does happen. So when he's fighting you, he's talking a lot of shit to you. He's saying you're not worth the throne. But surprisingly, he never touched the throne. You know, he should be next in line, right? But he doesn't think he's worth touching the throne either because he's, you know, afflicted with the omen.
Got
So
it.
he's like, I'm just gonna make sure none of you dirty tarnish touch it. That's his whole thing.
Uh-huh.
So he's like very much like you're not worth it. He uses light abilities, like, you know, but he's lived in the sewers his whole life. His brother, it seems somewhat like Stockholm syndrome because he does this thing where he'll like love the throne and talk about how great his family was and everything else, but he'll never touch it himself. Like he's almost like on some slave shit.
Damn.
And no, to be honest, there's a thing in philosophy I was about to get to with Deku and them too. It's gonna relate back.
Okay.
But with Mohg, that's his twin brother who also lived in the sewers with him. You'll meet Mohg, and Mohg kind of found some books and got really into empowering himself. So there was a blood god he learned about. So he got really into blood magic, and now he's just like, yo, my blood is not tainted like everyone's told me. I can actually use this to, summon this god, and I can like be the new king of this other thing. Mohg is way worse as a human being, I'll be honest. Like, but the way he looked at it, that's called a master mentality, I believe, or there's a psych thing for that too. But anyway, in philosophy, those are the two things that everyone falls into. It's either slave mentality or there's I believe it's called master. It might be something else. But the slave mentality is, regardless of what you get, you take the bad and you use that as a badge of honor. Like, no, because of all these bad things, that's why I'm so and you keep kind of giving into the cycle. Sadly, I think Christianity falls under the slave mentality thing. Not that that's a bad thing. It's just a name. We'll use it.
I have also my own thoughts about that. Like I'm currently
It's a lot of
I have a lot of thoughts about
things.
Christianity right now, but
I'm not gonna talk shit about Christianity. It's just like I don't want to let the slave and the master thing I don't want those names to be like everything. Just think of them as categories.
Like only the two. Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
They're just the two, but they're not like the names. Who cares? We can call them 2 and 1 if that makes it easier. But the slave thing is like Christianity is like a lot of hey, you get hit, you turn the other cheek. Yeah, that's just how Christians walk. Spider-Man's the same way. Great responsibility. Hey, you should be hitting anybody. That's like, but you keep giving into this society that doesn't even appreciate you. And the master mentality is the opposite, where Mohg went, where he's like, no, like, I'm just gonna be better. Like, I'm just gonna be better, and I'm not gonna take all that shit.
I'm better.
Yeah, and that's where it was like, Deku falls into that slave thing too, where he's constantly nerfing himself for other people's appeasement. Because when he fought Bakugo, if y'all remember that, he could have killed him immediately. Bakugo should not be able to touch him, dog. He punches and mountains move and shit. This guy's over putting him in arm locks and shit, and Deku's over fighting him, and he's like, oh, I'm so mad about it. I'm like, dog, Deku, throw that nigga across the street and call it a day. And that's why people get irritated, because people don't like to think about themselves in the slave mentality, even though a lot of us choose to do that every day. We get hoed at our job all the time. But it's like, it's weird. I don't know. I thought that was really interesting, because like, Elden Ring definitely did that shit on purpose, and I feel like a lot of the anime characters that our main characters are also in that mentality where they're constantly they're taking all this bad things on, and they're like the thing that you like about them is that they don't fight back as hard. It's like they're just
You guys like Tanjiro?
Some people like that. Some people like that.
Tanjiro.
That Deku doesn't fight back.
So my thing is, I'm aware of why he is the way he is, and like, you know how he grew up with nothing and he wants to be accepted and stuff. But it would just be like little comments, like Bakugo would like literally like just yell at him and be mean, right?
Yeah, like nerd, get out the way type.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
like he's finally
He's
talking
like,
to me.
Yeah,
Like, what are you talking about?
I'm not.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm glad I could finally like hold a conversation with him, and I'm
But
like,
that's literally what I mean by when I say
Deku.
this. But when I say like, bro, Deku's a bitch, like they be like, no, he be punching shit, like he be fighting. I'm like, brother, like I'm not talking about battling. Sure, he stands on business.
yeah, he's
fighting.
strong,
Like,
and he's like powerful.
yeah, like he's strong. He can get work done.
Yeah.
He can get work done. I'm talking about his personality,
Yeah.
his demeanor. You know what I'm saying? His mannerisms. I don't like him as a person. Like I don't want to hang out with him. He's not cool. Like I don't like him, bro. Like.
The crazy thing, and we talked about this right before we started rolling. My Hero does a really great job with character writing, and I've always said that. That's the one thing I will always give them.
Yeah.
Because also it has so many characters.
Yes,
Yeah,
and they actually.
Although
give
the funny
them-
thing is, One Piece has so many characters, but maybe
okay.
that's better. But anyways,
I'm not going to the
I
One Piece does
have
have
to.
some good characters.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it to
Yeah.
Jinbei and Frankie for sure. I'm gonna give those two
Okay, at least my guys.
their stuff.
Yeah,
But I remember with My Hero, they had this whole thing where they didn't really explain it, but it was like there was a scene. They were going to go save Bakugo. Remember early on,
Yeah.
and they were all in the hospital. We gotta go do it. Kirishima's in there with everybody. Like, we gotta figure it out. The froggy chick, Sue, she comes in and she's like, "Hey guys, I don't really think we should be doing this. The adults said we shouldn't do it." Da, da, da.
Oh.
And she looked
Yeah, I
hella
remember
nervous
that
when she
scene.
did it, right? She did her whole hand pat thing, whatever.
Right.
And you're like, and the guys are like, "Yeah, but we, whatever." And they sneak out and do it anyway. So then they go get Bakugo. Cool enough, you realize that Bakugo and Kirishima have a connection because Bakugo respects Kirishima.
Yeah.
Because
That
he
was
doesn't act
cool.
like a
That's
bitch.
cool. Yeah.
And it's been said at the beginning, I remember they said it earlier, where Kirishima treats him like a normal person.
Yeah.
Bakugo is kind of angry and angsty.
Yeah.
And Kirishima just kind of like pats him in the back, whatever, like dog chill. Like it's like that all the time. He sees him as an equal, even though he knows he can whoop his ass. That's how Bakugo feels
Yeah.
anyway. He doesn't see Deku as an equal at all. He refuses to accept it because of exactly what you're talking about. He's
Yeah.
weak as shit.
Yeah.
Nigga never does anything. Like
His mentality is weak.
Yes.
He has a weak mentality.
Where Bakugo's constantly like, I'm gonna be the best.
I always thought it was like sort of okay. I love how you say it because I thought it was like, to be able to fight fire, you gotta like douse it with water in a way, But maybe it's too accommodating, For me, I was like, just sort of deflect it, especially when you don't have powers like that, right? Like what do you? But also, how do you fight your bullies, right? Or how do you deal with bullies? You don't just let them keep doing this shit to you, right?
Yeah.
But that's what pissed him off. Because remember when he realized that he had powers?
Yeah.
He's like, has he been like playing me this whole
holding-
time?
yeah,
Remember they were in the thing and he's
It
like, bro.
made it worse.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it pissed him off.
Yeah.
Because he's like, I'm trying to be the best. That's been Bakugo's whole thing. I don't like Bakugo a lot. Or not him as he's growing. He's getting a lot better.
He's getting better now for sure.
But it's like, he's like, I don't
I hope so.
He's
got
a lot
so
better.
much.
Yeah.
Like,
I
I
used to
actually
hate
like
him.
Deku better than Bakugo.
Yeah. Like I used to hate
Yeah.
Bakugo.
Even in the last season, because I just watched the last season, like Bakugo.
Like this
getting
current
better,
season right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The season that we're on, I think 7.
7, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
But yeah, even right now, it's gotten better. Like even Deku got a little bit better too.
Yeah. I agree.
I don't know if he's like he retaliates verbally or even mentally at like people saying crazy shit to him.
Yeah.
But like at least his demeanor has he's like matured a little bit. So
Yeah.
I like that. And
Okay.
then Bakugo, he's also like admitted like yo, like okay, I know why I treat Deku like shit. Like this is the reason. And then I can accept the reasoning. I'm like okay, well,
getting better.
yeah, like and even the reason without like trying to like spoil too much, the reason I have deducted that in my head already, but in order for me to not think it's an assumption or I'm just giving the writer something.
Yes,
because a lot of
yes,
people give writers of their favorite
Yeah.
shows like
Also,
reason.
yeah.
They give people like reason.
Yeah.
They let them
should,
like
the
oh,
writers
it's
should
just
do
this.
that. The writers
Yeah.
should explain these things. Maybe not like in your
Make
face.
it
like that.
definitive. Yeah, it doesn't
but-
have to be like explicit. Like
Yeah.
I'm doing this because of this, but you know what I'm saying.
Leave me some
Make
crumbs.
it definitive.
Evidence.
It's
Yeah.
like okay, we know this is this. Whereas, well, I'm not gonna get into too many other shows because then I'll just be talking about other shows. Like, I'll be talking shit about a lot of shows that I like. Like I like a lot of shows.
Like nothing's. Or is there like a perfect show? Do you have like a perfect show?
No.
Yeah. Is that even possible?
There's not a perfect. Well, Like everybody thinks I hate everything, but I like.
I'm biased.
Yeah. It's more because you love it. You can see it, right?
There's plenty of shit to talk about One Piece. That's my favorite
There
anime
is,
of all time.
but-
Because
Still the best.
yeah, no, like I agree.
Yeah.
One Piece is my favorite franchise, but like I have heavy complaints too.
Yeah, there's plenty of shit I can talk about it. Like everybody thinks I'm like I hate everything. No, like, I like so many things. I like so many things. It's just I can talk shit about it. And like when I can, if somebody like brings something up and I'll be like, you know what, about that. Like and I get on a tangent, like it's gonna seem like I hate it, but
There is a show that somebody told me. I haven't even seen all of it. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. People always tell me it's the most perfect show, right?
Yeah.
But then I tried to watch.
Okay, here's what I say.
You shouldn't be talking about that online.
I want to say something. Like first of all, it's my number 3 anime of all time.
I love it. I love it.
I got it
She
tattooed.
I haven't seen all of it. I've only seen like 8 episodes.
Bam. Okay. Bam. Look at that. I say, yeah, right there. That was my first tattoo I ever got. I would say, I think the original Full Metal does the first. Okay, so Brotherhood is 64 episodes, right?
Yeah.
The first 20 episodes, I think, are done better in the original OG Full Metal Alchemist that came out in 2003. So, like, the first 30 episodes, they cover what happens in the first, like, 15 episodes. And I think it does it so much better. Like, it explains so much. Like, you remember, like, the church, like, Ishval, right?
Yeah.
Did I get there?
With Rose. Like, I think it's, like, episode, like, 3 in Brotherhood.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, she's, like, the pink-haired chick. And, like, they were, like, black people, brown black people, like in the OG, and then they made them like lighter here. And I think they spent more time and they talked with them better. It does it a lot better. So I don't blame you. I didn't like the first 20 episodes in Brotherhood, but I think the last 40, masterpiece, 10 out of 10.
Okay, maybe I just gotta like. So I don't have like a full judgment on it. So it's just like, but when I was watching it, I was like. I was just a little bored.
I don't blame
That's
you.
all.
I don't blame
I didn't have any complaints about it. Like I was just like,
because like this sort of recap.
Man,
It feels more recap-y, honestly. Like I think they do it a lot better than the OG. But once you get past those 20 episodes,
it's so harder now too because we're like spoiled.
Yeah.
And I'm just like when I try to watch. Like even as somebody that grew up on anime, going back and watching some of the stuff sometimes is like really hard.
Yeah, there wasn't like as much competition.
Yeah.
So it's like.
And now they do it so good, and they give us so much so quick.
Yeah.
So now,
and like
when
so
it's like paced
back then they had time to cook. Like it's like
it was weekly.
You know what I'm saying? Like
they were trying to make money back then.
Exposition. Oh yeah, and then that too.
That part, right? Yeah.
The money thing, like it's like, okay, instead of doing a whole chapter, we gonna do half of a chapter. You know what I mean?
Also, we weren't all ADHD back in the day. You know, not like this level. You know.
But realistically, like back in the day, when you think of Ronin Kenshin, when you think of like all these anime we used to watch all the time. They were all like, they were being posted weekly, and a lot of them were filler. But we didn't know what filler was.
That's what ruined Bleach for me.
Yeah.
When I was younger, I was watching filler, and I was like, "What the fuck is even happening?"
The worst filler I've ever seen. Like, the bounce.
But that was the thing.
I actually think that's when I quit. Like I was like, I can't do it anymore.
I watched it weekly until they finished, and I was like, good riddance. And then now it's back, and I'm like,
I gave up before it came back. I was like, I can't do it anymore.
What I would say to you for Bleach is just finish like the first arc.
I think I'm just gonna read it.
It will. Yes, because I just finished reading it myself right now. But what I would say is, read it if you can. Watch the first arc, and then skip to 1,000-Year Blood War.
Okay, so I think where I had ended, it might have been the Bound arc. I don't know the names, but it was like
Did you see them save Rukia?
I don't know.
Okay.
I can't remember.
Okay.
I was like 15.
Okay.
It was like right before the Irankar arc. Was that?
The Irankar arc?
It was right before the Irankar arc. Because my sister kept watching it, and I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
And I remember her telling me, she's like, it's the Irankar.
Okay, so you have, so Irankars, so I would say you can skip that whole arc. It's cool, but don't worry about it. You know, let's see the cool action fights. Tight. But
I feel like I'm gonna hate
the
it.
story just sort of, this is bad. It's sort of blasphemy for me to say, I guess, right? But the story keeps on, just sort of cycling, and then this 1,000-Year Blood War arc is pretty cool. You know, like it looks a lot better. That's the anime right now, and I would say watch that, but just like understand like what happens. Like I wouldn't say watch everything unless you want to. Blasphemy. I know.
I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna leave it like how I watch.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna take it too serious because I feel like Bleach, at least from I've seen half of it. Like you know, previously when I used to watch week to week when I was younger. I really did like it when I was younger.
Yes. I think the music's amazing. I think the style looks amazing. The characters look cool.
Bro, I wish my brain was smoother like when I was a kid because I enjoyed everything. But now when I rewatch it, I'm like, this shit is stupid.
You know, like,
but
I don't blame you. Like, cause I think Bleach is tight, but like, it's not.
It's definitely, I feel like
It's sort of hollow. I say it's hollow.
Yeah.
I think
no
it's
pun intended.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like it's kind of like maybe he's trying to be like Dragon Ball Z, where it's like oh, it's cool power-ups, it's cool fights, and that's fine. So I think when I watch it, that's what I have to focus on. Like, okay, maybe just enjoy it.
Yeah, exactly. Don't think too much about the storyline or like
I
making
don't
connections.
The writer cared too much about the storyline. It's just like, yo.
He just wanted cool.
Yeah, he wanted to draw
like,
cool people. Like
I literally
cool
just finished the manga like a month or two ago, like straight from chapter 1 to 660 whatever, right? And yeah, I think it's cool action, cool looking people. This is don't worry about like he was born from this and
Yeah.
Don't worry about all that shit.
Oh
That's
my
so
god.
Tell me how y'all feel about this, because like I think I've talked to guys about this before, but I have a hard time caring about things that don't have good stories.
Mm-hmm.
And like,
Yeah.
so let me say this. I'm gonna go blasting out. Hey, I'm gonna go out with you. I'm gonna sink the boat with you guys. So, Dragon Ball Z is not bad to me.
Okay.
I don't think Dragon Ball Z is bad.
Hey.
Clear.
What I think also important to say, Dragon Ball Z was like the formula, the foundation. It gave us all.
It gave us the power scaling idea. Like,
Exactly, right?
shit, now everyone's like,
It's important.
got systems and stuff. I get it. I think it's very valuable. I really do like Z. I like Dragon Ball Z a lot.
Dragon Ball
I gotta
was
hear what
really
y'all
good.
think about this.
Dragon Ball was solid to me. I thought it was fun. I liked Z because I grew up. It was the first one I saw. I saw the.
I didn't
Frieza
finish
arc.
it yet. No.
How far
Oh,
did you go?
Z's so good.
I just finished Frieza, but it took forever. The fight
And
was
like you just did it right now too, or recently?
It was like maybe 3 years ago.
Because I feel like it's hard to tell an adult to do. What do you? Okay,
It's over. It's over.
Cancel.
missed the
It's hard
wave.
to
Yeah,
do
that's
it.
what I'm
But
thinking.
I did watch Dragon Ball as an adult because I didn't watch it as a kid. I watched Dragon Ball.
I think Dragon Ball works
and
better.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
like I was
yeah,
like, oh,
that's-
this is really good. Like I would like do laundry and watch it, and it was really good.
Yeah. What do you
But
think?
Dragon Ball Z, I don't know.
No, I was. What was I even gonna say? I was gonna say Dragon Ball. Okay, so the movie, the Broly movie.
Recently.
I saw it.
Uh-huh.
I didn't see it.
That's-
This is him. He
You saw
loves
Broly,
Dragon
okay.
Ball
Yeah,
Z.
yeah.
Okay.
I saw it.
Did you see Superhero also?
Yeah, I saw
Okay.
everything.
Cool.
So my thing is, the Broly movie comes out, and everyone was like, "Yo, you gotta watch it, whatever." I ended up going to watch it, and I felt like I wasted so much of my time.
Oh, really? The whole time?
Bro, I didn't care. Like after the first 30 minutes of the movie,
Yeah.
it was just them throwing
Action,
hands.
yes.
And I'm like, am I supposed to be hyped right now? Because while I am, there's no payoff because Dragon Ball consistently has done this thing where it's like physical damage almost never does anything to anybody.
Yeah.
So it's like all the punching and all this stuff. I'm like, just
What's the point?
blow him up and call it a day, dog.
Honestly, yeah, like I do wish that punches and kicks meant something, you know?
And I guess the
Dragon
argument
Ball.
No, you would make the argument, right? You make
Yeah.
the argument like, well, it's like Pokemon, right? You gotta weaken him and then you hit him with the big move. But I'm like, realistically, I'm just like, I'm watching a movie and it feels like, remember Dead Fantasy from back when we were kids? You remember that stuff?
I don't think I've.
Remember the stick fighter things when the internet was first blowing
Yeah.
up?
Yeah.
And there was all the stick fighting thing, it was just looking
Yeah.
cool, but it was just stick fighting. That's what that movie felt like to me. I was like 45 minutes in this fighting, and I was like, dog, people love it. And I'm like, where's the story? Like, give me a little bit more, because when I do like fights. I do like fights.
Yeah, it's like, especially you as a fighter saying that too. It's sort of funny, but
But it's like, I just need the fight to feel impactful. Like, this is happening because of this, and that's how big the stakes are.
There's stakes. Okay.
Yeah, this was just like this is just dudes, like, hey, I'm really strong, you're really strong, we just gotta throw hands. And the whole movie was them throwing hands. To the end. And they were like, damn, I'm tired, we should team up.
Crazy thing is, so many animes do that.
yeah.
Like I felt that way when I don't know, spoilers.
Go ahead.
Like,
Alright,
even,
yeah,
like
just preface
there's
it,
certain
preface it.
fights in One Piece where I'd
Yeah.
be like, bro, like what the fuck was all that? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, like I love One Piece, don't get me
Yes.
wrong, but like
Yes.
there are some fights where I'm just like, that's how I feel. Like I'm just
Yeah.
I'm just watching them fight.
In defense of the Broly movie, I feel like really the point of that movie was just to introduce Broly into the canon
Yes.
for fan service.
Yes.
And I think,
super fan service movie.
Yeah.
if that was
I mean, yeah.
I'm
just-
wondering, because
yeah.
you're right, here's the thing. If that was the purpose, there's nothing to complain about. Like, they did it.
They did
But
what they
I
wanted.
wonder if I gave that movie to J.J. Martin or something, could he have written something better? You know what I mean? Could he have been like, yo, Broly this, and then been like, damn. And then when they fight, I'm like, that's impactful.
Yeah.
But it was just like, 45. If I looked it up, it might be.
It was pretty much like 40, 50.
It was most of the movie was them fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were scrapping.
And I was just like, dude, come on, man.
They were scrapping. They needed
So
a
I
reason.
felt about Frieza. That's why I stopped. I was like, it's been like
no.
100 episodes.
Yeah.
He kept coming back and transforming and stuff, and I was like,
Again,
he's
right?
not dead yet.
Yeah, that arc is notorious for that.
Yeah.
5 minutes, his plan's gonna blow up. 50 episodes
I think
later.
personally-
5 minutes is crazy, bro. 5 minute anime time? What? We got like 3 years.
Holy shit. I feel like you've done a skit over that. Did you?
Did
I
I?
was like,
I think I did.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah, I think I did.
Like the people freaking left the planet and landed on Earth and everything, and they're still fighting.
yeah, right. That they left, yeah, right. Like everyone
Oh.
but Goku, like
Motherfucker
already
gathered
like
the
flew
Dragon
back.
Balls, like,
2
on,
months later, right? Goku's still going. Wow.
Yeah, that was kind of
But
wild.
the time on that planet is 5 minutes.
You know, time changes, right? We're a telescientist guy, right?
Oh yeah.
Time dilation.
Relativity,
Sam
yeah.
is like the smartest
Time
guy for
dilation.
sure.
Gravity.
Like Interstellar, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right. You know, like, oh, I'll be back to save you, daughter.
That's relativity, right?
Yeah.
Theory of relativity.
Yeah, right. Like,
Yeah.
like where it's like he's far away from Earth, so time goes slower.
Slower.
Yeah, exactly right.
Oh,
It has to do with like speed and gravity. Speed and
But
gravity.
that's that thing you
Yeah.
were talking about earlier. We're giving him too much credit. You know that nigga didn't think about all that when he
right.
You might have. You might have.
I think he did.
Because
This guy did.
Yeah, you might have. Because
Yeah.
I think, because who wrote Interstellar?
I never watched Interstellar.
Oh
It's
my
good.
god!
It's good,
Oh, you're
yeah.
hurting us.
Yeah,
Kimmie.
it's
But I have
Yeah.
seen Lightyear, the Buzz Lightyear movie. they do that. They do that.
It was okay.
And it's your wife?
Wait, you seen it?
yeah.
Why did you watch it?
Was
Ages
Lightyear
ago.
good? Was Lightyear
Yes,
good? Was-
Lightyear was really good.
Was it?
But it's
Oh,
like
I
it
don't
has
know.
that
I
same
didn't see it.
concept where
Okay.
he leaves.
Ely's Earth?
He leaves the planet he's on and he comes back and everything that he loved is gone.
Oh,
and he's
okay.
aged.
Okay, see, like I didn't
Yeah,
know.
that's the same
Like
co-
I
yeah.
was thinking, it's like Lightyear, like just Buzz Lightyear, just Zerg, blah 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 blah. I mean,
No, it's really good.
okay, I have no clue.
So it's like it talks about like time and stuff, and he meets like I think another Buzz. I don't want to spoil it for you guys. You guys should watch it.
That
It's
actually
good.
sounds good. What the
It's
fuck?
actually really good.
yeah, I was like, it's a lot deeper than I expected. I guess I don't know. I don't know.
Interstellar's such a
I don't
big
know
movie.
why. Like I haven't given that
Pixar
one a
Interstellar.
chance. Yeah, but Interstellar, you should watch that for sure.
Okay.
Beautiful movie.
Yeah.
Especially for the meme, if anyways. You know, if anything, just
Oh,
seeing what's his name?
Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, just
Oh, I
seeing,
love him.
understanding why he's crying, like when he's just, like that means a lot.
Yeah.
I gotta watch it.
Damn, that would be sad.
Whew. That was a dope movie though. Shit.
Man,
I
I
would say-
already know. I feel like I'm gonna cry. Like just from y'all telling me the story. I'm like, wait.
Yeah, I was like,
It's a
no,
lot.
I'm feeling it. Because also even just you've heard the theme, that piano theme.
I don't know.
Dun, 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 dun.
It was like a sound on TikTok.
Yeah.
The dun, 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 dun.
I don't know.
It's okay.
She heard it.
It's okay. It's okay. Oh man. Anyways, congratulations for you guys getting married.
Oh,
thank you.
yeah. It's the same.
I was like, how many people have asked you that, by the way?
It's the same. Yeah.
Like,
a
I
lot
was
of,
married. I feel
yeah.
like it's the same.
Yeah.
I mean, we be like, it's been like a month. Like, like we don't know.
Yeah, you guys will really see. But I mean, also you guys already like went through like a lot of the tough times, I guess, right?
Oh, yeah,
like the
yeah.
pandemic and all, right?
Yeah. Like,
Yeah, we just. I mean, we've been together for so long
Yeah,
that
it's
it
been
was
a
just
minute.
like. I was like, okay,
Nothing.
let's get married.
Yeah. Is it
Yeah,
like
we
a more
might as well.
formality, right? Right. I guess.
people were saying like, oh yeah, during COVID, like a lot of couples broke up. They learned they hate each other, and we were like, what? Like
Yeah.
we already knew we hated each other.
We already knew.
The real power of the whole right
Was
there,
there ever
right?
stuff like was there ever stuff like that happening for you guys? 'Cause I'm like, I know in almost every relationship that's gonna happen, right? You're gonna spend a lot of time with each other, and generally there's gonna be a moment where you're like, damn, this bitch keeps playing games with her. Some shit, you know what I mean? Like, or
No, so like I don't know. So I thought that it will
This
come
bitch
to
keeps
like
playing
a
games.
place where like it'll feel like we're roommates or something.
Yeah.
You know, like because I've been in like a previous long relationship, so I thought that our relationship got there. So I was like, okay, we'll eventually get there. And I just feel like we don't really. I don't know. When people say like relationships are hard and tough, I just don't know. Like I don't think that's what it's supposed to be.
You know what?
Yeah.
That's a good point. What were you about to say?
Yeah,
And I think that people think that's what it's supposed to be because that's what is.
Yeah, we all
best
that's
to
what.
us.
Yeah. That's literally
I think it's work.
the idea. Yeah, and that's exactly what I was about to say. Like the idea is fed to us like, oh, relationships are hard. You're gonna go through tough times, and you have to get through it together, and which is partly true. Yes, if you go through a rough patch, get through it together, you can work it out for sure.
Yeah.
Try, but it's less pulling teeth and more like just listening to each other. Like it doesn't. It shouldn't be difficult. It shouldn't be like, oh, this is so emotionally draining.
Yeah.
Like, oh, like
But
there
I
shouldn't
gotta
be toxicness.
I gotta keep trying because I love him.
Yeah,
But,
like it shouldn't be toxic. Like y'all should both be giving each other things, not material things, but like y'all should be giving each other life. There shouldn't be a. It shouldn't be a one person gives and one person takes. Y'all are both adding to each other. So it's like, I don't know.
No, like that makes a ton of sense.
Yeah.
I'm wondering now, like I want to almost like rethink the way I looked at that because it was like I asked you like how relationships
Yeah, I
function.
feel like I
always
just
hear
hear
things.
like it's always hard.
Well, my
Just
thing is
get
like
good.
Yeah.
It's work.
I feel like the standard relationship always has someone who's selfish in it, right? And that might be the completely different because like when you're looking at two people who, from what I've seen of you guys, I've known you for I've known you for a couple fucking years.
Yeah.
I don't really know y'all like that. I've known y'all
5-6 years now.
It's been some time, but it's like I feel like you guys would probably make accommodations, kind of like what Caleb was saying. You make accommodations with each other. You're just like, yeah, that's cool. Like the selfishness
like
is there.
obviously we have things that we have to work on,
Right.
But it's never to the point where like we're disrespecting each other and we're like yelling at each other. Like we've never done that to each other.
That's good.
And
Because I feels like I always hear that, like just someone's disrespecting somebody, I guess, and then someone just like, I don't care. That's who I am, I guess. I don't know.
I'm wondering, I think that a lot of that might, maybe I'm wrong, or maybe there's other shit, but I feel like a lot of that probably does stem from selfishness. Because when you get into a relationship, you can't be selfish with the person.
And
you have to compromise. And now that's okay. That might be what people interpret as like having a difficult time. Like relationships are difficult because they don't want to
Drive them to wherever.
Yeah, like
take them to the nail appointment.
Sacrifice the
you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Like they don't want to like compromise for each other. But it's like, bruh, just like you're gonna compromise on some stuff. Like your other person should compromise for you, and you should compromise for them. And y'all should meet in the middle to where it goes like, oh yeah, no, this is fine. This is actually way better than I thought it was gonna be because like I realized like the other shit I was asking for or the other shit I had in my mind is unreasonable. Like I don't know, but we're too.
This
very
all gives me
logical
so much
people.
hope because I've only heard the pessimist, just worse shit, and just like.
no, same. Like I was like I always thought that like we'll get into like crazy fights and then we'll just be comfortable with each other and like. Hey.
I think it's because you don't like hear
Oh,
or see things going well. You hear
Yeah.
things that are going bad. Like you're not on the bus. You don't hear them not having a fight. You hear them.
Yeah, true. I mean, and then to be fair,
I think
like,
also we're best friends, so it's
oh
like
we were best
yeah,
friends.
I think that's important. Like a lot of people don't establish friendship with their partner
Yo,
before.
You're ruining a lot of dudes like shit right now.
Hey,
Kim, you shut up.
That's a really good point because we talked about this before. People get into relationships and they just start off romantic. Like they start like trying to like court the other person, and I'm like, bro, I think it's impossible to see the real person if you're trying to court them. Like even for the person being courted, it is impossible to see that person's like actual personality
Because
and
you're,
who they
you're
are.
naturally just gonna try to impress them.
Yeah, you're gonna try to mold to what that other person wants, and person B or person A, they're going to try to present themselves what they think the other person wants. It's like, bro, just be cool, be who you are. Don't set these crazy ass expectations, and then
can't
later
live
when
up
you
to.
get her, like you sit on your ass and go like, woo, and like you know what I'm saying, crack open a cold one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like no, like it should be consistent because everything that I did before, like for Kimmie, I still do. because I just wanted to do them. I wasn't trying to impress you. It's just like I'm like, oh, I like you.
What was y'all's time period? Like, how long were y'all talking? I remember it happened pretty quick, right?
It was like, oh,
We talked for 6 months.
It was like 6
and then
months.
we got together.
Yeah.
I don't know if
But
I
we
can do
were
that,
friends.
He's like,
I was trying to smash yesterday.
Like everything
yeah.
like everything I was saying is like, oh my god, this makes so much sense, you know?
That sounds too healthy for me.
Yeah,
No,
right. It's like, whoa, what a concept, right?
I never understood the whole like, oh, somebody's interested in the other person and they'll be like, oh no, but we're friends. I'm like, motherfucker, big ups. Like,
Yeah.
what you mean? Like, it makes sense if you literally don't see that person romantically. Like you like actually not attracted to that person. You don't like them like that. Okay, that makes sense. But they'll be like, oh, the other person be like, oh, I don't want to tell them because I don't want to ruin the friendship. Fuck the friendship. Like you're like literally that's miserable. Whoever's listening and is in a situation where they want to date their friend and they're worried about ruining the friendship. Man, fuck that friendship. It is miserable to be around the person you want to be with and then like see them be happy with somebody else or see them like not like reciprocate that type of like energy, that type of attention that you want. Fuck that friendship. Man. Let it die. Man. You might as well roll the dice. You might as well take the leap and be like, yo, I'm feeling you type shit. And then if it ain't, then cool. Maybe y'all go back to being cool and like you got that shit off your chest.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe you could be around them. Maybe they don't want to be around you no more.
But
at the end of the day, you're good, bro.
Good.
Yeah, like you're good. No more hoping, no more wondering, staying up at night, like thinking about it.
I could have used this info like
Dude.
10 years ago, honestly. And honestly, I feel like people need that now for sure. I hear that too often, like where people are like, I don't want to mess things up, but I feel like that bringing that energy of don't want to mess it up messes it up, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like social media and stuff kind of pushes a lot of ideas. And not just social media, movies and stuff. Like growing up, we always watched love movies, and like they always portrayed how like a relationship could be so toxic, right? And people could just make it work. And I feel like that messed up a lot of mentality for people, where they could be like, well, I'm not asking for too much. I'm just asking you to delete all your pictures on Instagram. And they feel like, oh, like I could do this because I'm not asking for too much because this is normal. Mm-hmm. And like we made it so normal as a society.
Mm-hmm. And some people like,
I feel like people care too much about things they shouldn't care about. Like they'll be like hurting themselves, and I'll be like for example, like when girls get mad. I mean, don't get me wrong, if their man is untrustworthy, it makes sense. But if their man just likes a girl's picture, to me, like, unless he's
like
done things
so
for you, like,
crazy.
to not trust him, but for you to like flip shit, like, don't get me wrong, if he's going through and liking like 20 pictures, that might be
that don't even make sense. That logically doesn't even make sense. She's like, what the fuck did you do?
Why did you like this?
You went to her page and you just like was scrolling down. Like, why are you doing that?
Yeah.
You know it's public, right?
But like, but a single picture, like you're scrolling like, oh, that's one girl. Like, and then like you got like fucking 15 likes for the day, and one of them like was a girl.
That the algorithm put them in your face anyway.
That the algorithm put in your face, like, bro, be serious.
Like, I had a friend.
I remember defending himself. He's like, that algorithm put it there. We're talking about hypotheticals. I don't even understand what we're talking about here.
But like, it's like you really don't have to be mad about that. You're just
like so controlling.
It's like really think about it. Like, is he actually doing anything wrong? Like, I had a friend who he was scrolling through Instagram and he saw it was his friend's wife, and he liked her picture. And his girlfriend saw it and was like, what the fuck? You think she's prettier than me? And it was just like crazy.
Was this person Asian?
No.
I'm about to say. I've been hearing so much shit about Asian women, I was like, this sounds like
exactly what we were talking about. Uh-oh. No.
I love this advice, honestly.
This is just speculation right here. This is just speculation right here. I feel like because of all the movies and like social media posts and reality TV shows, I genuinely feel like people crave like some type of toxicity. Yeah, like they're literally expecting it, they're looking for it, and then they end up making it a thing in their own relationships. Yeah,
like
they're looking for problems.
Look, I think
They want it to be there because they think it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Like they want to find the issue, and like when they find it, it's just like when they find anything, it's just confirmation bias. Like, oh, there it goes. Yep, I knew you were on bullshit. Like,
Oh yeah,
like, it's like, bro.
I think that's fucking trauma stuff, right? Because we
Hopefully,
definitely know women who are like that, where they've been like cheated on in the past so many times that when they get with the new guy, they're now looking for him to do it. Like they're just waiting for him to be like, why is he looking at his phone? Like I could be sitting here like this, and Kim be like, what are you doing? I was just leaning here, but they're expecting it because they've been treated that way, and it's hard for them to get through it.
It's that woman's intuition. We always like, most of the time we're right though.
Oh.
You were outing everybody this time.
Like, damn. But,
No, but I do hate that. Like, because I'll talk to my Twitch chat and stuff about like relationship advice and stuff sometimes, and they'll tell me like things like, "Well, I've been hurt so much in the past, and I don't know if I could trust." And I'm just like, it doesn't make sense to me to carry on that damage and trauma and bring it to a new relationship. Like, you shouldn't be in a relationship if you have to like.
y'all are both
Like,
so
you
zen
can't
also.
blame
Just like
somebody
this,
else.
this is it right here. It's like, whoa, accountability and just like, hey, let's be chill and like actually enjoy each other's company. What a concept.
Yeah.
Oh.
Another thing is people like stop dating each other too. I feel like that's important.
Like once they're in a relationship, like they
yeah,
stop dating.
like after so long they stop flirting with each other, and I feel like that's important. Like you gotta like.
It goes so like back to what I was saying about like they get the girl and they just start relaxing. Like they like stop doing the things that they were doing when they were pursuing her because they think like, oh yeah, oh I got her now. But it's like, well, now you set the standard. It's gonna be weird now. Like it's gonna be weird now when you stop all of a sudden and like even if you don't think forefrontally like, yo, what's wrong? It's probably gonna be like in the back of your head. Like the other person may not even be able to articulate like why they feel like shit changed. They may not even notice it. Like, damn, what is different? But you're not doing the things that you were doing like when y'all were getting acquainted.
You
with
don't
each
feel
other.
the same. And that's completely valid. I actually have a friend who was going through that recently, where she was talking about because they've been in a relationship for a long time, like most of her adult life, and she was like, I remember they had a breakup, and then. Dude started like getting in shape again. Dude started like dressing a little bit better. And she's like, he used to do that when we met each other. And she was talking to me about, she's like, he just doesn't give a fuck about how he dresses, and like he gained all the weight because of all the traveling we did. And I was just like, oh, that's crazy. And she was just like, yeah, now he's on his own. Now he's doing it all again.
People get really complacent too.
They
Like
got
especially when the relationship isn't 50-50. It's like one person could be doing way more for them that they don't even feel like they need to do it anymore. I feel like that's a huge issue too. People expect a lot from each other now, also because of social media.
Yeah.
It could be really bad. I don't know if y'all met anybody who's like, why'd you take me to cheesecake?
I hear that shit.
Bro, I feel like half of those posts is rage baiting, bro.
Yeah, but it's unfortunately working.
No,
That's a lot of social media.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
rage baiting. People
A
want to be
lot of
upset.
people are starting to think like that though. They're like, well, I deserve this,
Yeah.
and I'm not
On
getting
real
anything
shit.
less. But I'm like, do you know how hard it is to even make money? Like, and they're like, my man gotta make $100K a year. I'm like,
not even 100K. It's
Yeah, like not even.
It's like not
Really?
like 6 figures. Yeah, right.
It's
Exactly.
inflation.
I'm like, guys, like, you know how hard it is, like, to even make that?
No, they don't know how hard it is. People don't know. Like, I think, unfortunately, we talked about this, like, last time we hung out. Social media, like, could be better designed to, like, not have this rage bait out there, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I used to, like, laugh a lot about these dating posts. But now I'm worried because, you know, like, it's like everybody's cheating and everybody's out there, like, fucking around and everybody's out there just being horrible to each other. And the cheesecake stuff, now I'm hearing that in real life. And I'm like, oh, no.
leaked.
No
I think
way.
Yeah,
It's
it's
leaking
like
in
straight
real
up. Like,
Yeah.
I was supposed to go on a date and she got mad at me because I wasn't masculine enough to like plan it out. Like, I'm just like, when I kept asking her, like, when are you free? I don't know when you're free to go out. She got mad at me and we just never
You
went
gotta
out.
pick the date, yeah, type shit.
There's
They
another thing that
view
people...
that as masculinity, but honestly, first off, I don't know, bro. That's such a weird like crevice of the brain to think that planning stuff out is masculine. I understand like
Planning is?
like planning,
Like just even
I love
planning.
planning.
having a plan,
Like, I
bro.
love
I feel like
planning.
the very opposite. I literally feel the very opposite. I think like getting shit done
Yes.
could be masculine energy, but I don't think like planning shit out. Like I genuinely think it's the opposite. Like what would you say? Like
I don't think you even
when you
really
wing
gotta put
it,
any,
when you
like-
wing it, is that not the most Chad shit ever? Like you know what I'm saying? Like, is that not the most manly shit you feel like when you go out and just fuck it? Like is that not the most manly? I feel the most manly when I don't plan shit.
Thank you.
And shit go right. Like what? Like
It just works out.
crazy.
It works out. I did that.
Yeah, like,
I feel it.
it worked out.
Adapt and survive.
My
right?
dad is probably the most masculine person I know.
Yeah.
That nigga don't plan shit.
Yeah.
He don't be giving a fuck.
Yeah.
Like my mom plans stuff out and my dad will
Just
support it.
do
Like,
it,
okay,
yeah.
yeah. And like you know what I'm saying? He'll shot call like
But
okay,
also,
like well no, we gotta
people-
fix this because it is. Like you know what I mean?
gotta stop thinking that way. Too.
I was just
Like,
about to say that too.
don't-
It's like, can't we have more?
We're
of
a tomboy.
Yeah,
We're
right.
a tomboy.
Sorry. Yeah,
We jumped in.
I did want to say, like, I agree, like, at least what I think you're about to say of, like, I wish we would get out of the mindset of, like, you have to be masculine, you have to be feminine.
The gender.
Yeah.
We can just sort of be, like, a mixture of everything anyways,
That's
because...
exactly what I'm saying.
It's the individual. It's like
Yeah, we're
an
individuals.
Do what you
Everybody's
like.
individual.
There are things that I do that might be a little bit masculine, but there are things that I do that are very feminine. And that's okay. Like, you don't have to sit there and think about, like, well, I'm not doing that because that's feminine. Oh, I don't like that he did that because that's toxic
She got
masculinity.
the egg. She got
And
the
it's just
egg.
like, and I'm just like, you don't have to sit there and just split everything up into
Yes,
these roles all
these,
the time.
I think it's a lot of this. I think stems from that red pill community. That I'm
Yes.
sure y'all are aware.
Oh
of.
yeah.
Yeah.
The red pill was like the Andrew Tate stuff, the Fresh and Fit stuff.
I
all those
don't listen
communities.
to any of that.
Yeah,
Because
don't.
I'm just like,
Don't.
I'll see clips and I'll be like, this is
Yes,
so stupid.
it's so
They
dumb.
get
Yeah.
into really specific and obscure topics and say and like pretend like everybody's dealing with this, and then they say this is the one way to do it.
Yeah.
This is the one way you should be doing it. And if not, you're fucking stupid. Die. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it is wild.
Crazy.
Yeah,
And usually
no,
that
that-
one way ends up with like people paying them money.
Oh.
That's what that's the one way to do it.
Yeah,
Sign up for my
part,
course.
right?
They
Yeah,
become the craziest scenarios, kind of like
There's
you
a
said.
course.
Yeah,
They
like,
came with the
it's
scenario.
so
They were like, bro, like think about it. He's like, of course I'm gonna pay for the, of course I pay for the date, but like. The expectation is that you then go back to my place.
I
Because,
also-
like, what happens? No, they'll be like, what
Yeah.
happens when someone comes up to us on the street and they're trying to rob us? Who's going to defend you? I'm like, nigga, how are you getting robbed? This is a normal occurrence.
Batman style, right?
Yeah, bro, exactly. I'm like, God, just relax. It's like y'all both just give y'all wallets up and y'all move on with your life. Cancel your credit cards. Move on with your lives.
The
I
adult
understand.
way of living. Oh my
You're
goodness.
just gonna just break out a street fight because the Foot Clan ran up on you or something.
I'm prepared now.
That's just crazy. But I think that's where the women's stuff is. The cheesecake thing, I think, is a retaliation to that. That
And I also
culture.
think it's like 50-50. People be like acting like it's like a complete like just a box. Like you do this and I do this, but it's not like that. Like one thing's not gonna work for everybody, and not everybody can afford what everybody else could do. So it's
Right.
like you have to do what works for every person.
Yeah, back to the individual like argument. You're dating the person. You're not dating their like role in society. You're dating that person. They
Like
have-
it would be like, I'm gonna give an example. It would be like the dude pays 50% of the bills, and he's asking I heard about this
Yes.
online. He's asking his girl to pay half.
Yes.
And she's just like, no, I won't do it. But the thing is, he can't afford it. Like he's just like, bro, I'm drowning. I need help.
Right.
She's just like, no, you gotta take care of everything. And my thing is just like, not everybody could do that. And that's also to say that if he wants that, he should also be putting 50-50 in other areas besides like financially.
Yes.
And I think people think everything is financial when it's not. It's like, y'all gotta help each other do whatever makes living work.
I wonder with a situation like that, because like personally, my visceral response to that is like, of course, like this girl is childish, right? Is there hope for someone like that? And would you take the time to fix that, or you think it's like more of like, hey, cut your losses and move on? Do you think it's something that can be changed?
I think maybe these rules come from somewhere, like especially social media. Like someone set the rules, and they're like, this is what happens on dates.
Right.
Yeah, the man's gonna pay for it. Like they set the rules.
But can you deprogram that?
I think so, because they got programmed somehow. Like they're like somebody that we didn't vote for set the rules, and now we gotta live by these rules. Like I think that's easy to deprogram if people talk about it.
Great point. Because
I feel like-
I'm always wondering, like, do you find the person who's already sort of mature in that sense, or can you help?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's more ideal. And like hearing you guys talk is just soothing my soul. I was like, reasonability. But you know, it's like for someone who isn't in that mindset, is it worth it to like keep trying to be like, hey, can we like work together on this, or is it just like let's just find someone who's already mature in that sort of sense? I guess.
Man,
I feel like, let's just say you should communicate, and if it's not heard, I don't think people should keep pushing a button, like, because you don't know when she's gonna get tired of it. She's like, you know, she's from like, what the fuck, why? You know, like 3 months in, she's like, what's happening? But so to me, it's like, you could talk about it, but also it's like actions speak louder than words. So like, if people aren't willing to, what's the word that you said earlier?
when
Compromise.
Compromise.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, they have to be willing to compromise with each other. So it's like, if they're not willing to, I wouldn't sit there and break your back
Keep
and try
trying.
to make 100K.
That's cool.
I like that.
And that's a really reasonable response too. You say something like we'll say the girl did the whole thing where she expects you to pay all the bills, and you're like, you make more than me or maybe the same, and I'm struggling. You give her the heads up, like, hey, we're gonna talk about it real quick, and that's hard, I think, because men generally feel demasculated when they have to talk about their finances, and they're not doing well. I know there's a lot of gendered shit that's just like not even built into us, but like put onto us through society.
Yeah.
Cause like, yeah, that'll be hard. That'd be a difficult ego thing for a guy to do. But I feel like you're right. If you want to go further with that girl, you probably have to talk to her, tell her what the situation is, and if she decides to leave you or she wants to be angry, then I guess you cut ways. And that's the best response. Like, yeah, talk about it, and if she doesn't respond or reciprocate correctly, it's over. That's actually a beautiful response. That's actually the best response you're gonna get.
That's what I was about to say, because I like to keep things as simple as possible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially when it comes to like social issues. If it's another person, I'm like, bro, I'm gonna keep it as simple as possible. If somebody's being unreasonable, I just stop talking to them.
Yeah.
Like yo, we're done. Like what am I gonna do? Like I'm not gonna sit here and argue with you.
Yeah. Like please.
About something serious. Like maybe if it's about some dumb shit like a video game or cartoons, anime. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I can sit and argue with somebody for 2 hours over a damn show.
Yes.
Over a damn show. But if it's something like as serious as working together to live, it's like, bro, yeah, like we don't need to be around each other at all. Like,
Another thing people do is they don't communicate, and like people play games. Like they'll be like thinking like, oh, if here's something that people do a lot. They'll like, if you don't text them back within a certain amount of time, I've heard this before. They won't text you back for that certain amount of time. Oh
my god!
And I feel like that's another thing. Like
that
sometimes you meet
lame.
people that do, instead of just communicating, they'll play these little games.
Yeah. And if you follow that out to like its logical conclusion, you're just never gonna talk to them eventually.
Yeah.
It's gonna keep adding
longer,
right?
right?
If we don't do that, we're both gonna lose.
I feel like, oh, go ahead, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. And then another thing I feel like a lot of women are afraid to do too is like when they feel like they call their men too much, and they're like, well, why does he ever call me? Like that's also a thing too. Like,
just
but to me, it was always like, well, if he answers, then he answers. You know what I mean? He wants to talk to you. He answered the phone. But
Like,
I
he
feel like
doesn't have
people be
to,
thinking too hard about it. Like they'd be like, he don't like me. I'm always the one that hits him up. But I don't think that's like the case.
Like the fact that he's actually like talking to you.
Yeah, I feel like if he's answering, because I called him every day, and he answered.
Yeah.
He answered every
You
day.
didn't complain?
No.
That's what it is.
He didn't
Yo, stop
complain,
fucking
surprisingly.
She said,
But I feel like people get into like they play these little mind games, and they're like, damn, like what if he's like, I'm like,
That's not what it is,
like,
right?
you're thinking too hard. You're just like stressing yourself out.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
Because I love that. I've been also like, oh, I can't text back immediately. That seems like it'd be weak if I text back within 5 minutes.
But it already says red.
It already says
I don't want to be
I mean, I try to make sure I'm thinking way too much over this shit.
You're overthinking, yeah.
That's why, like, one of the manga that we have, Blue Box, it hurts me. Because the main character, he's overthinking everything. He's already with, like, 150 chapters to get with the girl. Mm-hmm. And he's overthinking things still. Like, where he's like, well, we can't be seen together.
It's really good, too.
Yeah. And I'm just like, oh my god, and it hurts me. I see this in myself, and I'm like, oh, I would do this, but I'm also like, bro, you already got the girl. She likes you. She says she likes you. She wants to do things with you.
But I mean, that's always been the thing, though. Like, with communication, it's difficult, right?
Yeah.
Because if communication was easy, then we'd have almost no problems in the world. But I think a lot of times what happens is we have a lot of egos that get involved, like personal things. Like, for instance, the calling thing you were talking about. Like, I don't want to call him because, like, why is he calling me? Like, you feel like you're like, my value needs to be here, and he's not. Like, it's always like a weird ego thing, or even just telling somebody like sorry is difficult sometimes. Yeah. Because like you're exposing yourself, you're being vulnerable, and then you have to reciprocate, or you have to be ready for the response they give you. You're putting yourself at the behest of somebody else essentially. Yeah. And that's difficult for people. I think communication is a lot harder than people give it credit for. I think you guys have a great line of communication. Yeah. But I think on a real, like when you have two people, like a girl and a guy, they don't know each other well. Sometimes just being like, hey, I can't afford that. Is a lot. Like, that'd be like, yo, I can't.
I that's why I love what you guys said about being friends first, honestly. And like, I feel like that sort of understanding of each other is like less in that sort of masculine, feminine dynamic, I guess, right? Yeah. It's more like we understand each other as people, right? Yeah. And then it's like also like the romantic aspect into it too. At least is what I'm sort of understanding, I guess.
Yeah, it's like there's less expectations, and then you don't have to woo the other person. If you just so happen to start liking them romantically, it's just like, well, that just happened naturally. But you weren't there to try to woo the other person, and like vice versa. They weren't trying to woo you. You're just like, damn, you as a person, I fuck with, and that's what is required for a relationship to last. You have to fuck with the person as who they are, not like what they're trying to impress you with. And like I feel like when you just jump straight into romance, it's just luck. It's just luck based. You may or may not like the actual person that they are. After they're done impressing you, maybe you do like the person that they are, or maybe you hate their fucking guts, or maybe they're okay and now you're just complacent and you're just settling because you've already been with them for this long and you're not really that happy, but they're okay, so. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that shit also sucks. Yeah. I'm like, bro.
Also, I love it because also, sorry to interrupt, but like online dating, right? Yeah. And like I see the different like mindsets. You know, people are like, I'm here for marriage, and I'm just like, how do you know that you want to marry this person? You know, long-term dating is just like how I sort of wish. Like I feel bad. You know, I definitely get that people don't want to waste their time. They want to do hookups if they want to do hookups, but it's also like, how do you know you want to like lock in with this person? You know, like. Oh, I choose you based off of just reading your profile or whatever, or maybe off of like the one date. Okay, now we're just fast tracking it to just long-term relationship status. I guess.
It gives a really strange pretense. Like I feel like when I was on like dating stuff, if I ever saw like I'm here for marriage, not that I wouldn't be there for the same reason. Like I'd be like, oh, that'd be cool. But it's like the pretense like if I don't live up to this expectation, you're gonna be upset with me.
Yes.
That you're like, oh, you wasted my time. Like, no, I just realized I didn't like you as much as I thought. Like that's right. Like I didn't know who you were, and then we tried it out, and now you're mad at me because I didn't go the full length with it. That's what it feels like. I don't know if that's always the expectation. That's what it feels like. So I usually just swipe left.
Yes, me too.
But what was I gonna say? You were saying something, and
I forgot.
What like understanding a person, luck based, like or like trying to get to know the person before, or not having expectations on you, I guess.
Oh, that's another thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think expectations. I'm just gonna run off that.
Yeah, go.
But I feel like we shouldn't, as people, expect things from people that we can't do for ourselves, and that if eventually, I think eventually. If that person like really cares about you and stuff, they're gonna want to take care of you. Like I want to do things for Caleb, and he wants to take care of me. So it's like vice versa. But like there was an incident when we first started dating. We had a friend. So me and Caleb, we would pay for each other for food and stuff. Mm-hmm. Let's just say that. Like we'll like he'll just, and it was never like spoken. Like it would just be like, oh, I got it, and then or he'll be like, I got it, right?
That's dope. Yeah.
My friend felt like a type of way about her dude because he wouldn't pay for her meals all the time. It was just when they first started talking. But I'm like, I never had that expectation for Caleb. I think eventually I would have been like, the fuck? Why didn't you marry me? But like, you know, like in the beginning, it's just like, you shouldn't have all these high expectations from all these people. Like, just take care of yourself, and eventually, if it gets to that step and you guys like each other, a good person is like, you guys are gonna want to take care of each other.
Want to take care of each other, right? It's not like, oh, I took care of you this time. You know, you need to do this for me, or type of stuff, huh?
I remember the question slightly. So how much of it would you say is like, how much does physical attraction play into this relationship thing? Because the dynamic is there, right? But it's like, does it have to be there at the beginning, or does it build up? Or are you telling people to like, if they're like meh with the physical, they're like, they're gonna get better, or what do you
man?
where you at?
This might piss people off, but I
Before
feel like
you say that, I think even if you don't think somebody's that attractive, once you get to know them, you guys have. I mean, you guys are human. There are people where at first you don't think is attractive, but once you get to know them, their personality is so beautiful that you grow an attraction to them.
Yeah.
So I think it's possible, but I definitely think like if you just think this person's butt ugly, I don't think so.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't even give
Okay, that is true. That is true. You could like not really notice somebody's looks, and then once they like start speaking, you hear the words that come out of their mouth. You're like hold on. You start noticing them, and like, yo, they kind of cute. Like because they're such cool people. You start to see the favorable features that they have. So that's very true. But here's my thing, right? I think you have to be physically attracted to them, even if it came later, even if it comes later, where like you didn't really notice them, and then you notice their features later.
Right.
You have to be physically attracted to somebody to be in a romantic relationship with. Reason being, you can have a bunch of friends. All right. As a straight dude, I would never fuck with none of my dude friends, right?
Yeah.
I'm not physically attracted to them. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not physically attracted to my male friends.
Yes.
So we're just homies.
Yes.
Yeah.
I could be as close to my homeboy, like as a best friend as I was with Kimmie when we were friends, right?
Yes.
Right.
But there's never a chance that I'm going to have sex with him because I'm just not attracted to the nigga, right? Like I'm just simply not. So it goes the same way with somebody that you're unattracted to. It doesn't matter who they are. If you don't find them attractive, you don't want to have sex with them. Your body is literally going, oh yeah, I don't want to be inside of that, or I don't want that inside me, right? Your body is literally telling you that.
Your body's rejecting it.
Your body rejects it. Do not force
like a virus.
it because what will happen instantly when they piss you off, the same way that you can not really know somebody, and then when they like you enjoy their presence, when you like their personality, you start to notice their good features.
Yeah.
The same way happens the opposite way when they piss you off. You see them, you're like, oh my gosh, you're ugly. You look like a troll. Like, you know what I mean? Like y'all get into an argument and you're just looking at them like, you look fucking crazy. Like, why am I even dealing with this?
And I feel like
There needs to be a level of attraction there. Like don't get me wrong. Some people are shallow. Some people be like, oh, she need to be this, she need that. That's dumb.
Yes.
She need to have a fat ass. She gotta have she gotta have bottle shape, you know what I mean? She didn't know how to make it clap, like you know what I'm saying? Like some people just have like dumbass expectations, or my bad, dumbass. What's the word I'm looking for?
High standards.
Standards.
Yeah.
Dumbass standards. Like for that, those are people that like those sayings are talking about when they say, "Oh, looks aren't everything." They're not, but they're something.
Yes.
Right. Like they are a factor, even if it's like 15%. A factor, it's an important 15%, because
I think people took Beauty and the Beast to heart.
Because if you're literally not attracted to that person, the moment shit goes wrong, you're gonna want to just cut everything off. fuck compromising,
Yeah.
like fuck
that,
talking it
yeah.
out. I don't even. They don't even look good. Like,
That
you
is-
know,
that is crazy.
like yeah.
So
No, I really like. I actually had like when I was younger.
Yeah.
I think one of my first boyfriends ever. You know, I was in that mindset. Oh, it's all about personality. But like, anyway, started dating this dude. He started treating me like shit. And I'm telling you, like when I would look at him and he would like call me names and stuff, and I would just be like,
Wait, what do you mean call you names? Like what kind of names?
like he was a piece of shit. We were like 14.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then-
names. Okay.
Yeah, and then he would like I would look at him and I would be like, why the fuck am I dating this dude? Like he was not attractive to me.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I just feel like it's better to.
This is all good to hear. Because I was like, should I give the ugly chick a chance?
That is insane.
No, I'm not that mean.
I just
No,
know. I think some vulnerable shit.
Yeah.
It was like I felt like I was in a relationship in the past where I remember like okay, and this is the thing, I knew a stark difference. I was in a relationship where I was physically very attracted to the person, and it was like sexually that relationship was dope. Now the person was kind of shitty back then. You know, I was like 21, 23, whatever. But then when I got in the next relationship or the next situation, it was like I wasn't 100% that attracted to him, and I remember just being like that. The drive I had before to do the sexual shit was like now like depleted. Like I'd get my shit off and be like, all right, I'm gonna go do something else now. Type of shit. Like you know what I mean? Like I just wasn't that attracted to him, and I don't think I could ever turn that off like any higher. They were cool. They were really cool.
Yeah.
But it was just like that. I don't know. So I was always wondering
Like
how y'all.
attraction does matter. I definitely think it does.
Yeah, otherwise I'd be fucking, like you said, like, I've said that same thing most of my life. I was like, otherwise I'd be fucking all my friends.
Yeah.
If attraction just didn't matter,
Yeah.
like, I'd be like, bro, your spy is threatening because I like all these women. Like, there's gonna be a 50, like, I don't know if it's 50-50, but there's gotta be, like, some kind of, I think it's higher than
It's a
50.
different percentage. It
Yeah.
feels like more of a pie chart.
Depending on the person.
Yeah.
Maybe some people don't give a fuck.
Because it definitely goes the other way too. Like you definitely shouldn't only date somebody for looks. If somebody's just like you see her, she's bad as fuck. You're like, yo, but like she's a piece of shit. It's like, yo, don't go above and beyond. Don't try to like mold yourself to get her. She sucks. Like it doesn't matter if it don't matter if she look that good. She fucking sucks. Like she doesn't give a fuck about you.
Yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying? She disregards your feelings. Like she ignores you. Like bro, like fuck her.
Yeah.
Like it's the same thing. Like it's two different. It's two different sides of a spectrum. It's like bro, if she's bad as fuck but she sucks, leave it.
Yeah.
If she's cool as fuck but you're not attracted to her, friends.
Yeah.
You know, like
Friends,
that's the homie.
That could be a respected position. I think friends needs to be like accepted a lot more as like, yo, that's not a terrible thing.
Yeah.
I think guys specifically take that as like the worst thing possible.
We got friend zoned.
Yeah, I already got friends. Like I don't need more. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
But also it's just like
I
sometimes
feel
it's just
bummed
work.
out. Well, I think one thing I also do want to say is like, I feel bummed out that like it's sort of harder to have female friendships. I think men, female, like the fact that we talk about this so much like in the podcast, I guess, like can men be friends with females anymore, right? And I think it bums me out that it's like we're coming to. I'm not sure if society's changing or if we've always been like this, but like it feels like it's harder for guys to be friends with women, and especially like when they get into relationships or when any party gets into relationships, it's like, oh, we can't be friends with the other gender, as easily. And I think that bumps me out. It's like we have less normal relationships overall, less of a village too, At least that's something that sort of comes to mind, like where we're not making friends as easily these days, Like we're making these dumb rules and like, oh, it's a bad thing to be friends, with the other gender, Like if you don't like them, if you're not fucking them, then you can't be friends with them. You can't interact with them anyways, right? Yeah, that's something. It feels like that's happening more and more these days.
Yeah, like who's making these rules? That's the
internet.
thing. It's like it's the internet. Like
Yeah.
the hive mind. It's the engagement.
I low-key feel like some people just get bored and they just make some shit up, and then people start agreeing. They're like, oh my god, it's a hit.
Here's the thing. Recently, I was talking to someone about this literally on Discord yesterday, but it was like when you have things like Andrew Tate, and you have these guys who are. They've got girls, they've got money, they've got cars. They seem successful.
At least you see it, yeah.
Yeah, the idea of success surrounds them. And as a young guy, like 20, 21, 20, whatever it might be, especially if you're captured earlier than that, like 18, you don't have enough experience in the world to combat what they're saying. And you probably viscerally respect what they're saying. Like, I do want to sleep with a lot of women. And I do want a lot of money. And nothing he's saying is incorrect to what you're feeling. I think it takes experience to realize, like, I actually do want to just be with this one chick. I mean, if that's the kind of relationship you want. But I'm like, yeah, I actually do respect a woman for just this. At the time, if some older dude's telling you, like, hey, bro, I'm happy as fuck, and I'm sleeping with 6 different women every other week, like, I could see why you believe that that's he's got shit to say that's important, right? I just think that it's,
like, you think, like, seeing, like, their level of success is, like, their level of wisdom also, I guess?
Well, they're older than you generally. All those Tate and them are like 35, 30, whatever. But it's like, they've already lived that life. Yeah. And if you don't have an
I guess because we're closer to them, like, in age now.
No,
like,
they're idiots.
Versus being, like, 18 or, 14.
If they snagged on me when I was 18, maybe I would have been different. I'm not saying that's what would have happened, but, like, I didn't have enough experience to combat what they were saying. Yeah. So I wouldn't know anything about women to be like, nah, women aren't like that. I'd be like, maybe. Sounds raw, right? That's my experience. You know what I mean? Like,
I feel like there's other, like, equivalent echo chambers where people get all these new rules and these two, like, groups meet and then nothing makes sense. Like, I think that, like, these kind of influencers are kind of promoted to the top of the algorithm just because people get so upset and so engaged and the algorithm goes for engagement. So it's like...
And then they're also engagement farming. Like, why does the Fresh and Fit podcast even make more podcasts? You guys talk about the same thing every single time.
Yeah.
Why do these girls even get on the podcast to be berated? They talk about the same thing every single time.
Probably getting paid.
Yeah, like,
right.
So it's publicity for them.
Also, is it like? I guess like, does it actually come?
Yeah, I have a couple friends. Like, actually, once I was talking to Discord about this, they actually connect with Fresh and Fit pretty regularly.
Yeah, I know a friend that went on there, and she was like, "Whoa, going on the Fresh and Fit podcast," and I was like,
"The idea is you put your socials out there, right?
Yeah, people follow,
and then hopefully you get it because these girls a lot of times when we get them, they're younger, like 20, 21, 22. Like, they're in Miami, so they're all clout chasing. It's almost like LA but the South.
Yeah.
So you're in Miami, and it's like Fresh and Fit will get you on there. Sometimes apparently they were sleeping with the girls, like that would be how they got them on there, which is wild. But they would do all this stuff. They'd get you on
like,
there, and they would just
chicks to sleep with them.
Well, they would be like, I can get you on. Some of the DMs got leaked at one point. It was pretty crazy.
Gotcha.
But anyway, yeah, they would get them on there, and the thing is, you're an adult, 35-year-old man with like notes in front of you, and now you're railroading a bunch of 20-year-old girls on like, why do you feel that way about men? And they're like, I don't know. And they're like, idiots. And they're like, making us dumb. And then there's a bunch of guys paying $20 to just like respond on screen and be like, you got him again, Fresh. You whipped that chick up. It's an insane system, but it works because there's a bunch of angry
$20 to flash by.
There's a bunch of angry and lonely young men.
Yeah. And
then you have a guy who's acting as if that's the father or older brother figure and telling you how game runs. And people will pay for that. Because young guys need role models. That's just straight up what it is. Damn. And I mean, honestly, I don't think we have a lot of good ones. Like, we don't have a lot of guys who are just getting online. Like, Caleb, you don't have a channel where you talk to young men about how they should treat women, right? I don't think anybody. So it's like you have some guys who just fill a niche. Yeah. They realize that men are lonely right now at an all-time high. Men loneliness is high, and they're like, hey, I'll fill that in and be the alpha male
for money though. It's their capitalizing.
But for money,
yeah, they're getting paid for these things.
It's really scary that like, how much people don't think for themselves and they'll just follow these like people that speak, and because it's popular or it blows up, they're like, oh, this is
it's gotta be true.
Yeah,
and it's scary.
That's normal though for people. I'm not saying you're wrong because what you're saying is correct.
Like humanity's always been like this. Or...
Yeah, people have always been like that.
Natural.
We figure out what everybody else is doing, and then we kind of fall in line with it because that's how we get accepted socially. Like, if everyone's watching One Piece and everyone's like, I love One Piece, there'll be very few people who are going to be like, this shit is actually ass. Yeah. Now, most people probably don't exist. Yeah, it's like, you're going against, like, you're cutting yourself off from a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Unless realistically you actually believe that, but like a lot of people, they will just fall in line with whatever's hot. Game of Thrones, I'm sure some people didn't even give a fuck about Game of Thrones. Bro. They're like, going to the party, gonna Instagram photos.
Yeah, no, definitely. I remember the last episodes.
It's also so much work to go against the grain. Bro, I said, I wouldn't even, well, no, never mind. Let me not say I wasn't talking crazy because I definitely was. I definitely was. Like when I go on a tangent, when I go on a rant about a show, and I start like pointing out all the stupid shit, I'd be so hot, bro. Yeah. Like what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, you actually thought when I was talking about Vinland Saga, everybody was bitching and moaning. I was like, oh my gosh.
You can't talk about people's favorite shows.
Yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, my fucking fault. I didn't know you wrote it. Like my bad, bro. Like
that Crystal is on you for your real.
I don't even know if it was.
Crystal is nice about it.
Yeah,
Like,
I think
okay,
like,
people
I think she would
really
understand
okay,
it,
yeah,
Crystal
okay.
But,
will
like-
be like, you're crazy.
Yeah,
Read
right.
read
Yeah.
the manga.
Yeah.
Yeah. People did the B&B of an anime argument on the internet. You just don't understand. You're too stupid. You're too stupid to understand.
No.
You don't get it. I'm like, motherfucker,
Okay,
it was not that deep, it was not that complicated, it was not that obscure. Motherfucker, I understood what was going on the entire time.
They act like it was Inception.
I'm like the shit that I was talking, and the shit that I was talking about wasn't even like too much on, it wasn't even too much on the problems of the show itself, more so my taste. Like
you don't prefer
why
it.
I disliked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a grown ass opinion, and that's one I think has helped me a ton too. Sometimes it's your taste and what you like, rather than whether or not the show is objective.
Yes.
Yeah, and they're expecting me to fucking change my taste.
Yeah.
Like one of the
Oh
things
my gosh,
was,
people kept explaining, like,
yeah, people
Elden
were
Ring
explaining
became
to me things that
like,
I already knew. It's like,
They'd
bro,
be like, well, he's feeling
duh.
this way because of this. I was like, I never said I was confused about
Yes.
why he's doing
I was
things
never
he did.
confused
You
on why
just
he's
don't
doing it.
prefer
I
that.
know why he's doing it. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, bro, like, because one of my main reasons was that I don't give a fuck about anybody in the show. Like, I don't care. Like, I don't like them. Big shocker. Everybody hates that. Like, you don't like anybody? You're fucking stupid.
You should like them.
I didn't like anybody. I like Thorkel, and people were like, oh, of course you like Thorkel. Okay, yes, he's big and dumb, and he likes to fight. Like, he's entertaining. Like, he's funny.
You like
he's
him.
a funny character.
Yeah.
I like Thorkel, but I was like, everybody else is like, I don't care about. And they were like, oh, how could you not like Askeladd? I just don't. You don't understand his character. I literally do. I just don't care about him. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, I understand there's nuance to his character. I understand he's more of a realistic human being. I don't fucking care. They did the same shit about Subaru. From ReZero.
ReZero,
I was like, I
yeah.
don't care.
Yeah.
But he's scared. Oh, boo fucking who? I don't
Yeah.
care. Like, oh, he's realistic. I don't like people in real life too. Like, I don't care. Like I don't have to like him
You don't have
because he's
to,
realistic.
So
go ahead, go ahead.
I have something
Go ahead.
funny to say about the Vinland thing,
That's
right?
hilarious.
So we didn't finish season 2 yet,
Uh-huh.
but we like it better.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
like
yeah.
season 2
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
it's
About to
not-
say.
Oh yeah.
I was
We're like
actually
episode
enjoying
4, 5,
it.
season 2. Yeah.
But
Season
the
2.
funniest thing was like one of the things that I hated we both hated in season 1 was Thorfinn. You know, wanting to follow, like loving his father, wanting
Yeah.
to follow in his footsteps, but also getting his revenge.
Yes.
Going and killing and pillaging villages.
Becoming what you hate.
Yeah,
Becoming
yeah.
the
So
actor, right?
We brought that up and we were like, they're like, oh, that's the point. Like, you don't understand the point of the show. And they made it a whole conflict in season 2.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
people were like,
Oh, I hate this.
it's not that good.
you're
It's not
right.
that
People,
good. And I was like,
literally until, and this was pissing me off too. I was like, what the fuck do y'all want? Like they were like, season 2 coming. I was like, I thought it was going in the right direction. I was like, what are you guys talking about? We were like episode 3 or so.
Yeah.
Like, cause it was coming out weekly.
Yeah.
At the time.
no, we're on like episode 5.
No, I said we were
Oh,
on
okay.
episode 3 at the time. Like that was
We're on
the
episode 5
extent.
now, right?
Maybe
Yeah, we're on
further,
episode
I
5
don't
now.
know.
But
I
no,
love
that
you
was the
guys
extent of where it was at. Until it got to I Have No Enemies, that's when people started liking season 2 again. Until it got to like
And people were saying it was boring, and
Yeah.
like although like I felt like it was going that trend, I thought it was beautiful from beginning of season 1. Like where it's like we're seeing the effects of piracy and Vikings on other people too. You know, the
Yeah.
English people, right? And like we're seeing like this is how hard I've been saying this whole time. I'm glad I'm not born in the year 1000 because you know you have to deal with this shit. You know, like the best you can hope for in life is to be a nice farmer and you don't get pillaged. You know,
literally.
obviously that's probably the best way, you know, but unfortunately that's not how life goes in the year 1000, right? And I would love to hear what you guys think about the rest of the season 2, because I think it gives redemption. Like it shows, like yes, this violence is not good.
Yeah.
This Viking shit isn't good, honestly. Like it's cool, but it's not good. Like it is cool.
It
Like
ain't sustainable.
yeah, exactly, right?
So like the reason why I also didn't really like season 1, it felt pointless, and I know that's what the author was going for. Like he wanted to make Thorfinn feel like everything he did was for fucking nothing, and people were acting like that wasn't what he was trying to do. And I'm like, and then in season 2, it's literally how
That was the
Thorfinn
plot
felt.
point. Yeah, that's the
He
plot
was like-
point.
he was like,
the
oh
whole
my
plot
gosh,
point was
what
like,
the
damn,
fuck was
that
I
shit
doing?
that shit I was doing was stupid.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, the same shit you saying to yourself was the same shit I was saying throughout all of season 1. And as a non-reader, like of Vinland Saga, I didn't read Vinland Saga. I don't know what's coming next.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
This part
yeah,
that you're actually
literally-
going through right now
Right.
isn't good, right?
literally
So-
everything that Thorfinn feels about himself in season 2, the like,
That's why
the
I liked it, because they
aha
addressed
moment.
it.
Yeah.
They addressed it and made me feel like, okay,
It literally
wasn't
validates.
pointless.
It literally
like, this is
validates
good
season
writing.
1.
This wasn't an
Although
unfinished
I
stuff,
still
yeah.
think there's still issues with season 1 that I can poke and prod at, and I still think it was too long of an almost said
It was
epilogue,
24
prologue.
episodes, yeah. Like
Yeah.
it's a whole
Season two.
prelude. Yeah, no,
It's
season 1 is a
season
whole
one.
prelude to whole season 1 is a prelude to the whole story. Like they were like once like all the Thorfinn stuff. Oh, yeah, you guys finished
Yeah.
it, right? Yeah. So like when Thorfinn stabs or no, Askeladd, does what he does, right? And Thorfinn stabs. That's all a prelude to the whole franchise of Vinland Saga.
Yeah.
Then like now Vinland Saga season 2 is where it really starts.
Yeah.
And people don't like that part because it's boring. It's not the action
Oh,
stuff.
And I thought it validated season 1. I was like, okay, so you guys, all right, you're addressing it now. You understand that this shit was fucking dumb, and yeah, it was a point because he's young and stupid and just filled with rage. All right, but it was all dumb. It was all dumb. The shit he was doing, I'm like, okay.
Both those things can be
Like,
like,
I'm like, yeah,
yeah, those things can happen at the same time. It
Yeah.
can be dumb and you can also be filled with rage and da-da-da-da.
exactly.
These don't have to be
And-
like mutually exclusive.
Yeah, right. But all of a sudden, there's a group of people that are not happy with season 1. I mean, not happy with season 2.
Yeah.
But I was wrong for pointing out
The things
the-
that they're
the
now
issues, like,
bringing out in
that
season
they're
2.
not pointing out in season 2. So like, do y'all just not like do y'all not like the character doing dumb shit? Like
They don't like logic. They don't
Like,
like
oh yeah,
logic.
that's what I mean. They're not just like logic. Like people coming to a logical fucking conclusion of shit. Like I'm looking at it, I'm like, bro, yeah, this is actually like. I also said this. I was like, this shit could have been done in 8 to 12 episodes. And people were like, you're so fucking stupid. And I'm like, it's a prologue. There was a string of 6 episodes where they did the same shit. They went to a village, they pillaged, and then people were sad. They went to another one, pillaged, people were sad. They went to another one, people pillaged. And they did that shit. And he tries to fight Askeladd. Oh, pillage, do some shit, try to fight Askeladd, pillage, do some shit. They did that shit for like 6 episodes. I don't need to see that 3 times in a row. I don't need to see that. Or even 2 times and then a side story, Thorkel over here, and then a little bit of Canute, and then more pillaging. Like I don't need to see that 3 times. I don't need to see the pillaging 3 times. You can show that, and then for the rest of it, I know now when y'all motherfuckers come around with some loot or at the end of a raid or something. Like I know what y'all did.
Yes. Just sort of skip that part.
Skip that part.
Yeah.
Like it's like it was as pointless as seeing like sex scenes in American shows. They just throw that bitch in and it's like, okay,
right.
all right,
We don't
yeah,
need
so
to
we're
see
gonna
the
watch
whole
we're gonna watch
action,
the whole
right?
thing. Okay,
Right.
got it. All right. We gotta wait
Oh,
till
you need to
it's
see
done?
how he
Okay.
thrusts to show his inner turmoil, right?
Still going? Okay, it's been 10 minutes. Like,
I was about to say were you about to say something?
Did you guys watch Bridgerton?
No.
I didn't.
Should I? Like,
tell
I've
me
been
to
just
watch
seeing
it.
women just going
It's
rabbit
like
for it.
literally the most unnecessary sex, but it's such a good love story. They
Yeah.
have really good love stories in
Yeah.
there.
they just be throwing that bitch in there, bro.
I was like, why did they just there was this one time we were like, oh my gosh, they finally skipped a sex scene, and they went back to it.
Whoa, we need to go back in there.
They went back to like the editor's like, hold the fuck up. We're missing some footage here.
Whoa.
Nah.
We already
I
finalized
was
this part.
wondering-
We gotta go back.
I'm gonna make that a skit.
I talked about this
Hey.
before. We were talking about things like the extra content, things that feel like they're extra, like you don't need it.
Yeah.
But sometimes I feel like it's not necessary, but it's helpful for almost
Like
like
hammering
flavor.
it.
Yeah.
No, it's like flavor text.
Uh-huh.
It's like sometimes when you're telling a story, sometimes the person telling the story best is the one who gives you the extra details. Now with sex scenes, it's a little weird because I don't think that's always necessary. I'm like, we know what sex is. Like, sex is gonna be done. Like,
I mean,
unless you're I don't generally think like if 2 people are gonna have sex, it's like it can almost be implied, and you're like, cool.
Yeah.
But like interactions, sometimes like those interactions in those towns, and I don't know because I barely remember them, but I'm like there might have been interactions in that town that would just like almost build on other points going throughout the show. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And maybe people are like really enjoying it. Like they just really love the scenes. Like, oh yes, more of that.
I
Yeah,
think
I'm always wondering. I don't know.
Yeah.
what it is though is like I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to pull like an emotional impact from the viewers, and I just don't like that's probably a taste thing. Like I'm just like I don't need to see that.
Or they could have been making it to a point to sicken the viewers too. Like, all right, yep, more pillaging. You guessed it, and it's like it goes along with the. I mean, it helps drive home the concept of monotony. It's like, yeah, they're just gonna keep doing this
That's
shit.
just how it works.
Because imagine,
Which I suspected that that's why they were doing it. But at the same time, it's like I don't.
You
need
don't
that
have to like
for-
it, yeah.
Like, it's like I just don't need it for it to
Bam.
for me to understand that like he's doing it for no reason and it's incessant. Like I already got that from the
kept
first
dying.
couple of times.
Yeah, he kept slowly like dying, like emotionally. You could see it kind of happen to him. I'm wondering because like imagine if we cut all that out, right? And if we cut it out to where it's like we just show the scenes of him. He joins Askeladd. He's angry, and we skip to like him meeting Thorkill, and then we skip to the ending where he fights Askeladd.
Yeah.
And we went right into the show. That'd be like 9 episodes, 8 episodes.
Eight, yeah, that'd be 12 episodes.
But like, would people really understand how traumatized that kid was going to the like,
maybe-
how docile he was by the end of
I
it?
feel like
Maybe
they would
because-
because they changed Canute in like one episode.
Well, Canute, that shit was weird. Everybody thought that was weird because with all those episodes, we see Canute be bitch made for like 4 or 5 of them. And then the blonde haired dude, he's a prince.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
Prince, yeah.
And then once his man's died, once his
Servant, right?
bodyguard died. Spoilers. Once his bodyguard died, and he just like he was bitch made for like 30 more minutes, and then he just flipped the switch like.
30
And
minutes, right?
like
Was
he's
it
like,
Thorkill that-
you know what I'm saying? Like he
was it
stood
Thorkill
the he
that
showed the fuck
swung
up.
at him and he
Yeah.
was like, I was like, ain't no way he didn't flinch. Like he doesn't have any experience in battle
Yeah.
or anything.
And so,
He's just
like, I'm sure Thorkill was just
hard.
fucking with him, but he's like, oh, you got some nuts on
You're right.
you.
The
Like, you got
puberty,
some
the nuts
balls now.
dropped, right? Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
yeah.
Right.
completely
I'm a
changed.
man now.
I was like, huh?
Yeah,
I can agree. Like, that should have been like more of a gradual thing because
Yeah.
he just went like that. And damn, like you guys are bringing up like great points, and it's making me try and remember like season 1, more. Because I think for me, I was like, oh, the action looks cool, like
Yeah.
yeah.
It was,
It
I mean,
did
it's
have
beautiful.
really
It's
good
such a
action.
beautiful show.
Yeah.
I did watch it twice. I gave it a first watch, and I was like, I was like, I don't see it. I don't see why people are fucking with this. And then I gave it a hate watch. You know what I'm saying? When my friends were watching it,
Yeah.
but I wasn't like trying to ruin their experience or nothing.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
just like watching it like what the fuck did I miss? And I was like, that it's just not for me.
Not you, yeah.
But yeah, it could.
And good on you for giving it twice. I mean, you could have
did,
just
right?
been like, it's not my thing.
It might have been
Yeah.
for like the
Yeah, for the monotony,
and like
yeah.
what you were saying, like just
But
seeing
yeah,
like
like,
how much he did.
I do think that you could be right. Maybe there's shit in there that we just haven't got to yet. Cause like there could be callbacks later on in like season 2, season 3, because it's still going, right? The manga's not finished.
No, I think
Is the
manga
manga
finished.
finished?
The manga
Okay.
finished, yeah. So but now they finished season 2.
Okay.
And season 3 sometime soon.
It's gonna be some more seasons.
I feel like
they
an
might.
example.
Yeah.
My bad. I want to let
okay.
you finish
Yeah,
the
yeah.
thing. I feel like an example. Do you remember? Did you watch Castlevania?
Yeah.
Okay, you remember Isaac,
Yeah.
the black kid, character? There was a lot of I thought he was an amazing character. My
Me
favorite
too.
character was Trevor, but I even respected the fact that was probably the best character in the show.
Yeah.
Isaac was really cool.
Love
Yeah,
Isaac.
like
Isaac was amazing.
like I remember that Barry speech, like that was tight. Like
It's one of
when
the
he
best
tried to
things. But it
Now
was
that Castlevania is really close to a perfect show.
Honestly.
That show
First-
was really
honestly,
good.
yeah.
the first story. The
Oh,
second
yeah, I haven't
one,
seen
The
the
second
new
one, yeah.
one.
It's okay.
Oh yeah, we saw like 2 episodes.
Nocturne, right?
Nocturne.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
Nocturne's
We saw
okay.
like 2
Oh,
episodes.
I
of
haven't
Nocturne,
finished that one.
It's okay.
Yeah, we saw it.
Yeah, because I
It's
remember
not
like
bad.
season 3 and
But,
4, fantastic.
First
Yeah.
Castlevania, the original Castlevania was so good. I was like,
It was really good.
The action, the characters.
oh
So-
my gosh,
so-
the
so you're
dialogue
saying-
in that show
Oh, yeah.
was
Yes,
amazing.
like it was a
Dialogue.
joy to watch. Okay, sorry. Okay, I'm sorry.
We found
Also,
something
yeah,
nice
yeah.
about it.
I was gonna say so you have Isaac, right? And Isaac is this character who he has a lot of points in the show where it literally just shows him traveling from one place because he's gonna go kill that one demon lady.
Yeah, yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna kill her specifically. So he's traveling. He's like he stops at town, kills the whole town with his demons, summons a bunch of demons, kills the whole port city, About to take the ship. The guy's like, hey, hold up. You don't want to kill me because, like, how you going to get there? You don't know how to grab the ship. He's like, that's a good point. Lets the guy stay alive. Then there's a whole scene of him talking to the boatmaster, the guy running the ship. And he's just like, yeah, like, he's talking about real shit, just normal philosophical shit. And it gives Isaac so much character that you start liking Isaac. Because if it just showed Isaac walking around killing everybody and then skip to the next scene, you'd be like, this guy's just a menace.
Yeah, exactly, right?
But then even when he summons his beast and they're like pillaging, or they're going through the bodies, he has the one demon comes and sits down. He's like, hey, you can stop working. And he starts talking to the demon that he summoned from hell. And he's like, yo, he's like, eat that berry. He's like, what the fuck? He's like, yeah, do you like it? Like, what do you think? He's like, do you remember yourself? And they have a talk that doesn't have to be there, but it shows you character of Isaac, which is why you start liking Isaac. When you're kind of rooting for him, even though you're not even sure if he's a good guy, you're like, I kind of like him though. Yeah. Because now you're giving me all this extra flavor to him. And I think One Piece, from what I've seen, has done that too. Yeah. With certain characters, like it'll be like random things that people say to each other. You're like, this is just showing how Nami's da-da-da-da-da. My YouTube shorts be blowing me up on this. I don't believe One Piece is that deep generally, but YouTube shorts tells me otherwise. And I'm like, oh, that's pretty interesting.
I think it is, honestly. Like, even like in like the current manga right now, like even though so much is happening constantly. Like, are you guys okay? You're not reading the manga,
No,
right?
no.
Okay. I think like use even like some of these little panels just to be like, oh, this guy is doing something different. Or he's having a conversation, like a small conversation with somebody else, and it sort of gives him like more personality. I think
personality is important for you to care about the characters in the first place. How they interact with other characters is also, for me, that's like highlight shit. Like if I see a character who's not the main character saying some basic main character shit, I want to see how fucking Tien engages with Vegeta. Like, for some reason, we never get in Dragon Ball. These niggas never even talk to each other. They be standing right beside each other all day, for years. Never engage. Yeah. It's Goku talking to everybody else. Vegeta doesn't talk to Krillin. Vegeta doesn't talk to Like, he doesn't talk to nobody. He just talks to his wife and Goku. And Goku says, yeah, it's like, oh yeah, Trunks. It's just like, I feel like at this point, y'all the Z fighters, nigga. Y'all need to be a little, like, act like y'all know each other.
I think it's a different type of storytelling. If you talk about something like Elden Ring, it feels like he built the world. It's like very Lord of the Rings. It's like he made the world and all the things that happened, and then like the story takes place after.
That's
like inside of the world.
Imagine them making an Elden Ring show.
No, George
R.R. Martin.
I'm about to say J.J. Martin. George R.R. Martin. Yeah. He actually did do that. It was him and Miyazaki, right? Yeah. They did Elden Ring, and they said when George R.R. Martin wrote it, what they told him that because everyone gives him credit.
Wait, he wrote it?
It's the Game of Thrones. Yeah. He wrote Elden Ring.
That's what Elden Ring is. God, I'm telling you, it's so good.
Okay, that makes sense. Because you told me the lore, and I was like,
bro, I put about 200 hours in that lore. I could have learned a language by now.
You were explaining that stuff. I was like,
and these are two characters of like the whole fucking thing.
I was thinking to myself, I was like, damn, did I miss that part of the game?
I was about to say, like, was there a cutscene?
You did ask that. You said, was there a cutscene? Like, there was a cutscene. I was like, damn, they go
there's like items you have to go find and like read the description of the item to get all the lore.
And then you'll find things like because they don't miss shit. Like when they put little things, like you'll be like, why is that toilet over here? And you'll be like, well, there's actually a bathroom room over here. There was actually the king of that castle.
I'm about to watch an hour video on Elden Ring.
It's worth it.
That's literally what he goes to sleep on. He'll watch like those type of videos.
I watch like hour videos on stupid shit.
And then he'll tell me about it the next day.
I watch like science videos, fucking like emerging technologies or
look at you,
or
good
concepts and shit. Or I'll just watch something completely stupid like why cicadas make such loud noises.
Hey,
you watching the same videos.
I like that though because people watch real stupid shit for real though. It's like I keep saying to people you have to take control of what you watch and look into. Otherwise the internet's gonna give you stupid shit.
Bro, I always be like catching him watching stuff and then sometimes he'll go to sleep, right? Yeah. And the sound will be on and I'll be like, and then I ended up having to listen to it. And like the next day I was like, okay, I know like the whole lore behind like what's the whale from SpongeBob?
There's lore in SpongeBob.
I'm talking about Pearl.
Mrs. Pearl, the private.
Oh, you're talking about Mrs. Puff. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, he left the video on, and I was trying to sleep, and I was too lazy to turn it off.
There was a conspiracy theory video about Mrs. Puff being like a convict.
I was waiting for
It
them
was
to
so
end.
stupid, like-
It lasted like.
Oh, I've
30
seen that.
minutes.
Like,
I think
video.
because I remember seeing like the wanted poster she had, and I was like, why does she have a wanted poster? And then she's like, oh, I still got this. And she did the origami, the balloon folding, right? And
Yeah.
she's like, all right, I still got it. Yes, all right.
I
I'm
want
like,
to
yeah,
end
but
that point. 'Cause I fucking forgot. We be jumping around like there's a lot of ADHD in the room. So
Oh, totally, so-
no, be honest, it's okay. Normally it's whatever. We like it. Let it run. But fucking George R.R. Martin wrote the Elden Ring story. When they gave him the script to write, they're like, hey, we want you to write the script. He thought he was writing a story. They're like, no, you're writing. I think it was 700 years before the story.
Oh wow.
So he wrote the before and the things that led up, like the Great War here, and then this religious thing that happened here, and the people who ran the Erd Tree before this thing came forward. And then Miyazaki ran off of what he ran and then wrote the rest of it.
Wow.
So like there is actual like a lot of years putting into everything that's in the game. So we're like, you'll see things that are broken down. You're like, oh, this is the village they were talking about in the lore.
Wait, you said Miyazaki.
Yeah, Miyazaki's awesome.
He's the From Software guy.
So not like
Dark Souls.
not the
Not sure
Ghibli.
Miyazaki.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like, for a long time I thought it was Ghibli
Her
Miyazaki.
brain's not working.
It's just like yeah, Ponyo, and
that shit would be crazy. Yo,
Bro, she was loading for a second, and then she responded like 6 seconds later. She said, Miyazaki.
My brain was exploding.
I mean, that'd be wild.
yo, that shit would.
Because for a long time, I saw a picture of the dude, and he's like, okay, way different dude, you know,
Yeah,
younger,
really good.
yeah, like 40-year-old, not like 80-year-old.
yeah.
Miyazaki.
Because you play Elden Ring and you'll be fighting the. Remember those knights?
Are they
that you
related?
ran- that you really
I don't
fought?
know.
Okay, are they related?
I don't think so.
Miyazaki and
Maybe,
Ghibli
I don't think
Miyazaki?
so.
I don't know.
I think that's a common name.
That'd
right?
be. Yeah, I think it's a common name, right?
It's his son. I'm just
Yeah, I mean, hey, right? It was like,
Nah, there's those fucking. Remember those knights used to fight with the dragon abilities?
Yeah.
Okay, so those knights are from a religion before the Erd Tree that's currently there. That big ass golden tree. They're remnants of a religion that existed beforehand, and you would never even know that
They're not really.
unless you read their armor and they did all the extra shit. But there's a tree they have that was like usurped, and then the new tree came in, which is now ran by America Radigan, the one that switches genders all the time. It's this whole thing. It's like a whole world they just be building off of like. Because this one guy decided to write because George R.R. Martin's so good into his details and shit.
Yeah.
And makes it to where, like the family trees and the lineage, and then this person like Godric. Remember that when you fight Godric, and he's all deformed looking. He's got the dragon head he pulls off. So he's called Godric the Grafted.
Yeah.
But he wants to be called Godric
The Golden.
the Golden. Yeah, that's what he wants to be called because he's part of the Golden Order. But everyone calls him Godric the Grafted because no one respects him. Because when Melania, the one lady with the sword, when she pulled up on him, she whooped his ass, and he ran away with all the women and children.
She
And-
has her own defeat.
He's a part of that family. He's like a cousin of Godwin and Morgoth, all them. But his thing is like he's cowardly as shit, and the way he gets power is by attaching things to himself. So they call him the graft is actually like a thing he doesn't like to be called at all. And this is all just shit. That's why he's so like fucking Weasley and shit when you even fight him. He's just like yelling. He's got that nasally voice.
Yeah.
Just to really make you understand how much of a
And I beat his ass too. He was not. He was not like that, bro.
Damn.
I was like, oh my gosh. I'm
know.
so glad he's easier than that Morgoth dude.
Oh,
This
Morgoth
is-
was crazy.
This story's
Morgoth
wild.
was ridiculous, bro.
Imagine making that your
Man,
first boss.
How do you write that well to where you have all these shows and books that are just like masterpieces?
It's only him and Tagashi. Those are the only two niggas I know who write like that.
I would say Quentin Tarantino also writes like that. Like in his mind, he'll build a world where the story takes place, and then he'll just like follow a character or something in his own head. That's exactly the same way. I think
like that.
when you tell a story like that, there's no plot holes.
I like Tarantino. People like to be like, "Oh, he's so focused on feet." I'm just like, I don't
It
care.
just so happens that
I'm like,
Yeah,
it's
pure-
still a
pure
good
luck
movie.
that
I don't know.
Navy, bro. Dan Schneider surprises all.
Oh, damn.
That's crazy. No, I don't know. I just feel like I like that. That's what I appreciate in anime. I think that's why I had a really hard time. Initially, I remember I talked to Kimmie. I think and I was beefing with One Piece. I was on my One Piece hater shit.
For a long time, I was like trying to convince him about it, and I learned to let go. Just
Yeah,
be
I'm
like,
still-
hey,
I'm still not
Fair
100% with One Piece, but my thing is like I realize that what I appreciate is like I like characters that feel like real people. They don't feel like tropes. Like, I want full on people. Like when I watch Hunter x Hunter, Kurapika could have his own show.
Yeah.
Anyone from the
Yeah.
fucking what is it? The Phantom Troop?
Yeah.
Uvojin could have his own show. 'Cause they already talked about him and Nobunaga being boys, and they had actually in the manga they go back in their whole backstory. Like the whole troop goes in their backstory. It's crazy. It's so I actually teared up a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
wow. And read
It's
the manga.
good. Yeah, I read the manga and I teared up a little bit during.
I
I was
feel
like,
like
damn.
you need more internal dialogue, and you
I don't
don't really
mind
get
it.
any of that in One Piece.
One Piece, I'm like, Zoro's been Zoro. Zoro's always been cold, but Zoro's just been Zoro. And a Robin has, outside the one time she's like, I want to live, she cried, and then she went right back to being like, I'm Robin.
Yeah.
That's kind of her character. She don't be doing anything. I'm like, yo, you have these great characters that you've set up, and then you didn't do more or a lot with them. Now.
I feel like there's just so many that it's just like there's no time. Like I feel like Oda is like right now because like what I've been because also like you know like there's like Ace's story like there's like the manga now it was a
Ace's
novel
story.
like
two volumes.
yeah exactly there was a book now it's a manga of just Ace before he joined Whitebeard right you know and it's like I feel like that's what maybe the plan will be for One Piece like whereas like there's just so many people and things happening. That's just like right now we need to go through the main story and then later on we can fill in like a lot of like the backgrounds or like side stories and stuff.
I think what got me, I talked to some random dude named Omar at a party. I'm gonna give a shout out to Omar because I was talking to him at a party. We were blasted drunk. I remember we were in some lady's garage. It was just us. It was just two dudes. Like it was a bunch of people, and it was just two dudes in the garage talking about One Piece. and I was like, bro, it ain't even that good. I was getting all like whatever. He's like, it's like his favorite shit, and he was just like, you don't understand. And the way he explained to me, he was like. Oda, I think it was in an interview or something. He was like, "Yeah, when he was writing, he thought this was gonna be like a 4 kids, 3 seasons, 1 season, and it was gonna be over." He's like, but then they kept greenlighting him, like, "Hey, you need to write more." So he started pushing this shit, like with his manga and everything. He started pushing, and he's like, "Okay, I need to start writing." So he kept writing, and yeah, he might not have had the idea of what the One Piece was, but the fact that like what gave me respect is like, oh, he's almost freestyling this. And if you're gonna freestyle that well, I think that's pretty fucking impressive. I'm sure he's got ideas now that are like more built in. He's like, okay, I know where I'm going, kind of now.
Yeah.
But a lot of that wasn't like it's not like
not like at the very beginning.
Because yeah, I was comparing him to people who have had their stories written out like Attack on Titan. This
yeah.
big masterpiece work where this guy's had this idea. He had a whole story written out. He's like, now I'm going to put it on the screen. Where One Piece is more like I have an idea.
Opposite. I heard that he
Oh,
wrote it out
no,
first,
he has the
and then
ending now.
He filled in pieces to One Piece.
No, that's now though. He
Yeah.
he has the ending now, and now he's
No,
getting
like I
to the
heard that
ending.
he had like
since the
he's
beginning.
had the story that
From the
he's
beginning?
wanted. Yeah, he just didn't have the filler pieces, and like over time he's just been kind of freestyling that like the in between part, but he's always knew like how the story was gonna go. I don't know if he knew what the One Piece was,
Yeah.
but he knew that he wanted them
Okay.
to find
Yeah,
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, finding something. I think that's like a really dare. I feel like that's more a skeleton
Yeah,
thing, right?
yeah.
Like if I'm telling you like I have that idea for a story, they're gonna find some shit on the shit. You're gonna be like, yeah, this nigga is prolific. Like, that's like the bare bones. I feel like that's fair. That's fair. But I do give him more respect now, and because before I thought it was Oda himself on that. Like I thought whenever I saw an Asshole, I thought he was the one like, did we get y'all? Like you know, like sometimes I'm like, but you know what? If he's gonna retroactively do something in my eyes, or retroactively, I can't prove that. I'm like, at least I know that he's doing this shit like with like deadlines. Like he's extending the story and being like, yo, I'm adding another character. I'm gonna do this thing. I'm adding another character and we're gonna make this happen. And then we're gonna connect these two things now to this. So now, Punk Hazard is connected to whatever, and the smoke, the poison here is connected. I'm like, you know what? That's respectful because that's hard.
Do you think the public reaction influences what he's writing? Like, does he read comments?
I
Is he
feel
out there?
because like I heard that he watches like some of these theories and like sees like what people are talking about, and then he might change
rough.
it.
That's like Game of Thrones ending.
But I mean, it's been working so far. It's been working really well. Like, for example, like everyone is like after like Wano, right? Like this arc that just finished, right? Everyone thought this one character was gonna join the crew, right?
Oh yeah.
Yamato, right?
Yeah.
Didn't have Yamato join the crew.
but
I
he
think
watched the theory. He's like,
possibly,
you know what?
yeah. Like even like Gear 5, right? Everyone thought Gear 5 was gonna be like this. He's gonna look black, like he's gonna be full black or whatever, right? Just Super Saiyan, whatever, right? And then he made this cartoon. Way, no one expected this, right?
Loved it, bro.
Yeah. And like so far, everything that he's been doing that like maybe subverts what everyone expects, that's cool, has been working out really well though. Like where. Like the biggest subversion is Gear 5, like where and like how he's been like integrating that into like the whole world of One Piece. I don't know. I think it's beautiful. I think One Piece is dope, and I'm glad that you're with us now.
I'm not against you.
At least not against us. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's really focused on the overall like storyline and the lore of the show. Like he's really good at world building.
Yeah.
And connecting everything and like the
like
world
his
feels.
foreshadowing is crazy. Like
Yeah.
I'd be like, what?
And-
That
and the
meant
world-
something back then? Like
the shit we were
you
talking
don't
about
think
earlier.
it would.
The world feels very lived in.
Yeah.
And that's what I appreciate the most about One Piece. It's like when something's going on, like I know there's other things happening in the world.
Yes.
It's not just
only this area
like,
right
yeah.
here.
There's some shows where it's just like, oh, only this is happening to this group of people, and then after everything's fine.
Yeah.
It's like nothing else was happening in the world, the entire
Yeah,
world, but
they're on pause,
right here,
right?
and then it's gonna happen again next
Yeah,
season.
yeah.
By the way, and nothing else will be happening anywhere else either. like
Yeah.
some people might come here
Yeah.
to help you over here, but it's just like the world does not feel lived in. It
That's
doesn't
how
feel
I
like
feel about My Hero. Like I feel like
I
they
would say
center
the
everything
manga.
yeah.
around 1A, and I'd be
Yeah,
like,
they do.
Yeah, like that.
Not even the other students, just
Yeah.
like, well, sometimes the other students they come in, but it's just like,
I wonder. And I'm trying to defend it only because I'm trying to think if there's a reason to.
Yeah.
But it's like I feel like 1A is like that is the higher tier student class, right?
Yeah.
see,
they
for
have-
that makes me mad too because I can
the
name
only
off
one.
so many dog shit like students in that show. Like, motherfucker has a sticky head.
Tail.
Motherfucker has tape coming out of his elbows.
Yeah.
Hey,
Sit the
take
fuck
him
down.
at your elbows is kind of hard, nigga. Like I don't want to take him at my elbows.
Spider-Man.
Bro, you're mostly Spider-Man,
Like-
and he actually had a scene in the anime.
I would
manga.
tell-
It was
I would
kind of
tell-
high. I was like,
I would tell him to sit the fuck down.
Damn.
The dumbass with the light coming out of his stomach. Now we got some extra
Yeah.
info on that now.
Yeah, yeah,
but-
at least,
But,
like,
but honestly, like you know what I'm saying, like, but from the beginning of the show
Before,
to right
for
now,
sure.
fuck you, sit down.
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna be in 1A.
But it's also like they have all these top heroes, and it's
Yeah.
almost like 1A is above these top heroes.
Yeah, the top heroes
And I
don't
was
really do
just
much.
like,
Yeah.
We see some of them do
that's-
shit
well,
later.
Hawks is cool. I like Hawks.
About Hawks also
his
pissed
thing.
me off because he also came out of nowhere. We got to like season. We
Like
got
he
to
should've
season
been-
5,
yeah.
and then he's like, oh,
He's number 2.
hero number 2. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm like, what the
he was hero,
fuck?
he was hero
Yeah.
number 3,
But-
right? Because
Or hero
All
number,
Might-
yeah, he was hero number 3.
All Might was there, and then when they like
With Endeavor.
Yeah, and then
Endeavor's
Miracle.
in
It's like,
Okay.
if they're that big, we should have heard about Hawks and Miracle
Like a long time ago.
a long time ago.
Yeah.
That should have been like when they were introducing
Yeah.
the characters, like
Chapter
oh, yeah,
1 or
these are
2.
these are the top heroes. Like,
Yeah.
oh, look, at least
Yeah.
show them.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hawks too,
obviously,
right?
they probably weren't like characters, but it just, you know, like I don't fault them for that, but it just goes to the point of
Maybe hinting
doesn't
that
feel
there
real.
was like more in this world than just these characters. Right?
I think they showed silhouettes.
Yeah.
They showed
Yeah.
Miracle. I don't think they showed Hawks,
No.
but I know they
Oh,
showed.
There's
Miracle.
other
Miracle
heroes
was-
that they showed, you know, like Midnight.
A lot of
or
those heroes
like,
they did show, but they
yeah.
didn't show what rank they were.
Yeah.
And Hawks, I guess technically Hawks is a secret agent, wasn't he, or something like
Yeah,
that?
he's a double agent.
Yeah, but also he was public enough that like everyone knew him too.
Yeah, that's true. What
Yeah.
the fuck? Oh yeah, no, yeah, he was a double, not secret agent.
Yeah, double
Yeah,
agent.
no,
I don't
No
like
excuse.
I don't think like I don't put it against him because like if you didn't make the character, you just didn't make the character. I don't expect you to fucking time travel and like put that in.
Yeah.
Like,
Go patch this person.
yeah, like, but it just goes to the point of like that's why it doesn't feel lived in.
Yeah.
Because like a lot of the shit that we see, like a lot of shit that they like touch up on, it's like later.
Uh-huh.
Like I'm barely getting some shit that I was complaining about all like for the entire show in season 7, and I'm getting an inkling of it too. I'm like, it's not even like. But
Y'all will like it.
I talk enough shit about My Hero.
Yeah.
My Hero's fine, by the way. My Hero's fine.
No.
I just have a lot to complain about it. Like,
Yes,
like at
'cause
the
you
end of
love
the day,
it,
it's
yeah.
still, it's
Like
still a good show.
I complain about it too. I wish that they weren't in high school. I wish that they were out of high school and this was
Yeah.
like, oh, we want to be like police officers or fire
Well,
department people.
that would make a lot more sense.
You know, still naive young people, but
Now, the
not
people
like
mad at me not
underage
listening
minors.
anymore. I said that like fucking an hour and 30 minutes in.
You know,
like,
right?
yo.
You know, like like there's other things I wish that like it stuck to like Deku not having any powers, just being Batman in this world of like powered people, right?
Yeah.
I think that could have
yeah.
been like a really cool thing. But I like where My Hero is right now. But you know, like this comes out of love for sure. Like I totally feel with that.
When you read the manga, you don't like it a lot though.
Are you guys reading other manga right now?
I'm gonna read the manga now because
No, but I will. I'll just start off from where I left off on the anime.
right,
Yeah, yeah,
that's
do
that's
that.
where I'm reading it from because like there's no more anime for me, so I'm just gonna read the manga after I catch up in Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah.
I'm already caught up in One Punch.
One Punch is so dope.
JJK, I'm already caught up. What's another one that I was reading?
Dandadan.
Kagurabachi.
Oh, I started
Dandadan, yes.
Bro,
Yes,
we made a
sir.
push.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
Yes.
we
Yeah,
made a
I
push.
started
Okay, I'm gonna take credit for this right now. I don't give a fuck, bro. Because it's not 100%. Like, it's really not me like that. But Dandadan was when I got to the company, I saw Dandadan. That was the first. I was like, he gave me a couple manga to read, and I was like, he gave me some good shit. I was like, oh shit, I didn't read manga like that. I just watched shows. I found Dandadan. I was like, this shit is kind of hard. Like I like this a lot.
He put me on Dandadan.
Yeah, I put Gazo on it, and I started telling he started telling the higher ups, and they're like, yo, this shit might blow up. And I was like, bro, this shit is kind of sick.
Shit.
Then we got Dylan from RDC to jump on and like do a little promo for it, and that nigga was like, I don't know, man, I don't know if I can do it, nigga. You know how I feel. I was like, please, bro, hype this shit up
For the culture.
Yeah, bro, and he did it. He did it, and you know, he put his sauce on it. I tried to make it to where it wasn't complicated. I was like, hey man, just do a promo, say how you like it. He was just like, hey man, this shit, you know, that we talking. This shit is hard, dog. I want to watch this. Check it out. Doing his own thing, but he did it. He iced it up. And Dandan's doing well now. It's alive now.
Yeah.
It's got an anime coming.
It's like top 10 like Viz Media.
I've only read like
mangas right now.
2 chapters. I read
The
it on
first
stream
chapters?
like a year ago.
Oh,
somebody,
boy.
Because I had
On stream?
I had manga recommendation days, and somebody told me to read it.
Oh, boy.
It was pretty good.
It's
Okay,
super.
the
But
first
now I have
chapters.
like a list of like 30.
I got the
mangas.
volume.
What I'll say is Dandadan is my favorite manga outside of One Piece right now. Ongoing.
Oh,
yeah,
it's
straight
that
up.
good.
Like every I just read the latest chapter.
Okay, I might catch up before I read my
The characters are real. Like, those are real people.
So like every week I'm like in awe of the art. Like it's like a mixture of horror, comedy, action, romance, and
actually,
sci-fi.
yeah, like sci-fi. Oh yeah,
Oh
like
yeah,
like a
I gotta
little
read
spoiler
more.
right now is like they're like in a Jumanji world right now.
Oh wow.
And
That's
they
crazy.
do it so good. It's the characters like, and then the anime is about to blow up too. Like they got the voice of Luffy, and then in Japanese, like Luffy and Zoro are characters in it. It looks beautiful. It's guys who made the Scott Pilgrim anime recently, and that was actually really good.
The thing is,
yeah, that was on Netflix.
the
And
beginning of the show has like some suggestive shit.
yeah, the first chapter like scares off a lot of people.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it did. I was reading it on the plane and I was like,
I
I was like, yo, like what the fuck?
it's not me right here. I don't.
That's why that's why we have it on the. We have to have it on the web for our company.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had to put it on the web because it's like more mature. So we can't put it on the app.
But just that part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only like after that part, they never do.
Because if it's on the app, everyone would have just read it right. They would have just checked it out. But it's like
Yeah.
most people don't even know. They're like, how do I see it? It won't let me read it. I'm like, nigga, it says web only. Just tell me browser.
Yeah.
Check that shit out.
I was actually doing a ad read for it, like for like all like the top manga.
Yeah.
And I was going to read like each of them because like each of them that I like list, I like to like read through it to make sure it's not fucking trash.
Yeah, that you actually like it, right? Yeah.
Because like I'm literally like saying like, oh
Yeah,
yeah,
you like
can,
this.
You can do this, yeah.
Yeah.
And I
That's
like it,
valid.
so I make sure that I
It's
like
real.
it. But I ran into that same thing. I was like, what the like? Why can't I? I was like, where the fuck is the manga? Like, I was like, is it even? And I look it up. I'm like, no, it's 100% Viz. Like, I'm like, what is going on?
We're just starting to get to the point of explaining things because for some reason we can't explain things we can't do for some reason. You know, for example, one thing that we just now can explain is like we can't put mature manga on the Viz app. Mm-hmm. Even though we got some, but I'm not gonna talk about that. Anyways, but
is it because iOS? It's probably,
iOS
probably
exactly Apple rules, and for some reason we can't say Apple won't let us do it.
Yeah.
So everyone just thinks it's Viz just being dickheads. Like that's pretty much what the whole industry is. It's like we have our hands tied behind our back, and niggas like, man, y'all suck.
Yeah.
Like,
There's a lot
yes.
of rules. There's so many rules that we have that don't make a lot of sense. And one day when I'm outside the industry, when I get fired from Viz too, right now. When I leave on my own accord with goodwill and everyone loves, like God's will, we love you, come back. Right? But when that happens, I will definitely do a tell-all of all the dumb rules that
I was
we've
like,
had.
probably bleep out that Apple part.
Yeah,
that should be cool.
yeah. Bleep it up.
Just bleep out the word Apple.
All right, yeah, fine. All right.
It's like, you know what I'm saying, the blank issue.
Yeah, right.
Have ChatGPT say company.
All right, yeah,
The
company, right?
Robotic company.
Right.
Company.
I like that. The company, honestly, it just feels like the company is always ruining everything we got. No, anyways,
man, it's keeping us down.
right? Honestly, it's like I'm trying to like do a lot of things that are like fighting the man, and sometimes I get in trouble with that, but it's all good. I appreciate you guys.
I'm gonna start that Dandadan.
Yeah,
Dandadan,
I have to reread the first
reread
2
it.
chapters.
Just get past it, and I think like as early as chapter 4, like I was
I was in it. I was loving that shit
Did
immediately.
y'all read Hell's Paradise?
Yes.
Like, before
Or
that?
no, actually, I watched it.
I read it.
He read
Hell's
it.
Paradise manga was so good.
The anime was beautiful.
Yeah.
It
But
wasn't
made
bad.
no sense, I felt.
Really?
No
They
sense.
deviated from the manga?
So, how do you feel? You go ahead first.
I don't know if they deviated, but it felt a little rushed.
Yes.
But the manga is just like everything just hits so much harder. Like I almost finished the whole thing in like 2 days.
Wow.
It was so
God
good.
damn.
I was just like, oh my gosh, this is great.
I really enjoyed the manga. I would have given it like an 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it a lot.
And what would you give the anime? Because I like the anime.
The
I thought
anime-
the anime was still good.
I'm happy
but-
people like the anime. I watched it with a friend of mine, and I remember just being like, I remember her being confused on what it was happening. Sometimes like, wait, that person's dead. Who was that?
Yeah, like they
And I
sort
was
of
like, because in the
Really
manga they were giving you more
fast.
time.
Did
Yeah,
they
the
kill
anime
people
like
off
we gotta
quickly
get
in
it
the
out.
manga?
Huh?
Did they kill people off quickly in the manga, or did they like have more
People
time?
did get murked.
Yeah, but like I guess
Yeah,
you spent
they
more
did.
time with them then.
You probably spent a little bit more time enough to like see their face.
Yeah.
Whereas the anime was like,
Yeah.
you
Hey,
know,
this guy that
I
is
feel
with
like-
you, he's
yeah, I
dead.
feel like when you're reading it though, I don't think that they cut a lot of stuff out. It's just that when it's put onto a screen, it condenses all that time that you're
yeah,
reading.
you're right.
So like, cause like they did cover everything in the anime. They did. It was just like when you're reading it, it just feels like it's not that fast.
You have more
But-
time to digest it. You're literally looking at it like, for me at least, time feels way better like in manga form than like on a show.
Yeah.
Because I mean, not only do I like sometimes I'll just like blank the fuck out. I'm just like. And I'm reading and I forget to comprehend. I'm like, oh shit, what the fuck? I'm supposed to be supposed to be like reading what I'm fucking. I'm supposed to be reading the sentences, not the words.
Yeah.
Like, oh, so
Like when you're reading it or when you're watching it.
yeah, exactly, or that. I'm like, oh shit,
Oh,
I
okay.
forgot.
I did that a lot.
I forgot. I don't know Japanese. Like, oh my fucking fault. Like,
What
I gotta
am
go
I
back.
saying, right?
Whereas for the manga, it's like I can read it and then I look at the picture like, ooh, pretty picture. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, they cut the fuck up with that. Like, like that panel's hard.
Yeah.
Right? And then I could just go through it and like read it as slow as I want.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely different when it's like in real time and like shit's moving across the screen.
It's so weird because like there are some animes where I'm like, oh, I like that better in anime
Yes.
form, and then there's
I
some
was just thinking
mangas
that.
where I'm like, oh, I like
It's
that
not a
better
There's
in
certain
manga.
manga that are better, like for sure as manga versus anime, and then like for example, I think JJK anime is better than the manga. But I think the My Hero manga is better than anime.
The anime for JJK makes sense of things to me.
Yes.
Maybe it's because
Yes.
I'm reading it for the second time.
Oh yeah, he
But
told
like,
me that.
but it's kind of like being able
Maybe,
to see
yeah.
like the angle, like just the angle,
Yeah.
like or it being in color. Like I can see the like,
Yeah.
like-
Like it's a little bit
It's
messy.
the, it's the art style.
Yeah.
Like the way
Yeah.
he draws, sometimes
Yeah.
I'm like,
It's a little
what is
messy.
happening here?
Yeah.
It'll be an action scene. I'll be like, I'm just gonna skip that page.
Oh.
I don't know. Like, there's no point. There's no point even reading it. Like, I'll read it, and I'm not even trying to make sense of what's happening. I'm
Yeah.
like, I see a leg and maybe like a stop sign.
Yeah.
Right,
And I'm like, I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
dog.
right.
Like
And then-
I don't try to like spend so much time like watching
Yeah.
reading it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Attack on Titan for me
Yeah.
was better in the anime.
That's what I heard too.
I read
yeah,
it and
yeah.
I was pissed, and then I watched it and
I
I, was
love
like,
that.
Also, you also you read it before the anime came out too, right?
Yeah. Well, we were gonna get spoiled, so.
Oh man.
We
Oh
was like,
yeah.
we might as well
yeah,
read
so I was
this
like, I'm
bitch,
gonna
like-
read it. I read it and I was like,
And
really
people try to
quick.
spoil you guys on purpose too all the time, right?
Yes, they're just.
I already got
people
spoiled on
spoiled.
Demon Slayer. I'm so sad about it.
Oh,
I
lucky,
still haven't.
lucky I've
Still
stayed
haven't.
away from that. Yeah, I don't know how I got lucky with Demon Slayer spoilers.
I read all of Demon Slayer, so I can't be spoiled.
Okay.
I read all the
That was too
wikis
much.
to everyone.
Yeah,
so.
he's
spoiler immune.
yeah, he's immune.
Spoiler immune. He reads everything. Nah.
I need to do that. I'm like, I'm sick of this.
Yeah, that's literally what I do. I would see something where people like to spoil, and I'd be like, well, guess I'll read all of this tonight,
Damn.
and then I'll just stay up, read the whole bitch, and then I'd be like, all right,
No one can hurt me anymore.
Did it with JJK, Demon Slayer, even Dragon Ball Super. Like
Oh,
people were
yeah.
spoiling Dragon Ball Super. I was like, whatever, bro.
I heard
I'm
Yamcha
just
gets a
reading.
moment.
And then you might have
Yamcha gets a moment.
Didn't Yamcha get a moment? I heard Yamcha gets a moment in Super.
They might have trolled you.
And I was like, I don't think so.
I don't even know what Yamcha looks like anymore.
I know, right? I'm about to say, I was like, does he have a mustache now? I was thinking like Vegeta in GT. I was like,
when that game comes out, though, what's that new Dragon Ball game?
Oh my God, Spark and Zero.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm playing Yamcha. I don't fuck with anyone.
You know what?
Good.
He needs more love.
It's not gonna be balanced whatsoever.
We know that.
It's just gonna be like
I have no superpowers, bro. I'm just a dude hitting niggas with wolf fang fists.
Oh man.
And I'm gonna get as far as I can. And so,
hey, at least he can fly.
Yeah, I heard Hercule.
He's boots on the ground, bro.
Yeah.
Strictly. I said, what?
Yeah.
I think that's hilarious though, cause like it just makes it like the people that are flying have to come to you, like they have to. Like you're gonna be able to dodge like fucking beams and shit. So it's gonna bring the fight to the ground. Like I think that's gonna be hilarious.
That's pretty cool, actually. Yeah. You guys do fighting games?
Yes, unfortunately. I get so mad. I just started fighting games.
I actually really like them.
Yeah, wow.
No, she doesn't.
I mean, hey, I was about to say.
I do be raging though.
She hasn't gotten to the point where you should punch a hole in your body. Yeah. She hasn't gotten to
I have felt really like
shit.
last night I was screaming at like 6 a.m.
No, but that's a platform. Okay, so platforms
I
are different.
multiverses.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not. That's not like really. Well,
also, it's good now.
I mean, 1v1. If you're doing a 1v1 in a platformer, it's kind of like a fighting game. It pretty much is.
Yeah, I mean, like, well, yeah, it is. But
it's the same
I
concept.
play Tekken and Street Fighter.
Okay.
Those are traditional fighting.
I cannot stand Street Fighter. It's so stubby, bro.
Thank
it's
you.
so
That
stubby,
was
bro. You be like this, like
that's
I can't hit you,
That's
bro.
how I feel about Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat is stiff, but I wouldn't say it's stubby. There's pokey moves.
Mortal Kombat
Like
is
there's
super
some
hard for
pokes
me,
that you can do in Mortal
I
Kombat.
hate the half circle sticks. I can't do it. I gave up.
I got used
I was
to
like,
it. Becomes
I want to give up. Or actually, I did give up.
I started getting filthy with that shit. That was my first like traditional like hardcore. I was like Street Fighter 6. That's when I first started going like hard on a traditional one. Haven't tried
6 was the first time?
Yeah, for Street Fighter, I had 2 when I was a kid, but I was just a kid.
Yeah.
Doing random shit. I was always like Smash Bros, random fighting game, anime fighters. I always do shit like that. So when I started doing that, I was like, I got to I think Diamond, first tier Diamond, and I was like, I'm good, and I didn't want to do anything because it was like to get to that next level. To get through Diamond, it was like you could tell, the sweat.
Yeah.
The people who are up there are insane.
Their chairs stink.
Yeah.
They don't remove themselves from those chairs. It's gross.
Fair.
So, I think I started fighting games on. What was the one that was on Xbox 360? Was that 4?
5
or 5? It might have been 5.
5.
Because 4
Because it had the
PS3.
weird dude with the yin yang stuff in his stomach.
Oh,
Set.
yeah.
That's
Able.
4. Set?
Okay, yeah.
Oh, that's 4. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Able. Yeah.
That's when I started doing the fighting games, and then I went to Guilty Gear, the PSP one.
Okay. Oh. PSP.
Because I played like mainly PSP for a long time. Like,
That's
when
crazy.
my Xbox broke, so
I played mainly PSPs.
the Xbox broke, and we were broke. So I was like, I had the PSP. My cousin gave me a PSP too. Like I never heard that.
You said you Xbox or play? You said, boy, you know I have my Game Boy Advance.
I had to. We ended up
Keep that
fixing
thing
the
on me.
Xbox, and then from that point, like I did like shit ton of Halo and some Call of Duty 4. But yeah, I was playing a lot of PSP, fucking Monster Hunter Freedom Night. Oh my god, I'm getting distracted. But
No.
yeah, so it went the Street Fighter, and then it was Guilty Gear, and then I played Smash for a while when I finally got the Wii, like ages later. And like it was so late into Smash that we pretty much went straight to
4.
No. It
Brawl
was a
was
mod.
the Wii.
It was a mod.
Oh,
Oh, you're
Project
talking
M.
about Project M.
Yeah, Project M. Yeah, we went straight to Project M pretty much. Like we played Brawl for like 2-3 weeks and was like, this shit is ass. Like why am I tripping? Like why the fuck is it making me trip? And then like that's what we learned about like Project M. That's how late I got a Wii.
Dang.
And then shit. And then I stopped playing fighting games for a minute until last year when Street Fighter came out.
No, you started playing again when Smash came back.
Oh, Smash Ultimate. But
Yeah,
that's not
Switch.
really a fight. I don't really consider that like fighting game how I consider like Guilty
okay.
Gear and
And like
Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. I played Mortal Kombat. The first Mortal Kombat I played, like actually played, like owned,
You
was
should
the
tell
latest one.
He went on like a. Caleb's crazy. I don't know. He's really good at games.
Yeah.
He's fucking weird.
You talking
Like no, you're just good. Like if you spend time on a game, you get really good at it. So he had went over to I'm talking about Smash on this one.
Oh, Smash.
He went over to RDC's house.
Yeah.
He fought them and they're sweats.
Oh, yeah.
He lost.
I never played online or nothing.
He
Like,
never really played it. So
It's like-
he
Walk in like pecan, just like, yeah, you know, I like to play.
right. And then he trained for like a month or something.
Wow.
He went back over there and beat them.
You know who I have
I was still getting my ass beat though. I was still getting my ass
But
beat.
like he was able to like beat them, get some matches, you know. But I was just like,
It's just
bro.
Leland, bro.
But,
Yeah,
yeah,
crazy.
Leland's the one that stops me. I be like, I'm
Actually-
tearing them niggas up. And then
I actually
Leland.
don't think I've beaten Leland before.
Oh,
He's
man.
the one, bro. You just gotta take.
Yeah,
Leland.
yeah.
If you take Leland, you can take the whole house. Like, if I was a war strategist, I'd be like, hey, we just need to double team Leland, and the rest of them will fall behind. Bro. Like Mark's gonna try to support him. Mark can do his best, but like Leland's the
Bro,
problem.
did y'all
That's
see the new the game show they had that they made?
I need to watch it. I just saw like some clips.
So it was like trivia,
That's
and they had
cool.
Leland in there, and I was literally like, I watched it on stream, and I was like, I would not play this game because
they do seem like real sweaty with it too. Like, we're just
I was like, but Leland's memory, like,
Yeah.
okay, so for some reason, every time I see them, they get into an argument about anime, and he'll start referencing like old shit, and he'll be like, well, in episode 38, I'll be like,
He's too big to be doing that, bro.
Like a lawyer.
No, because like episode 216, they did it. I'm like, bro.
Leland's
Like, bro, why do you
his
remember?
memory
He remember that. He remember the title. He remember the title and everything. I'm like,
yeah.
oh.
That's what you're
I'm
saying,
like, what
right?
the fuck? Like, I gotta rewatch this shit.
The crew returns, you know.
Nah, Leland.
I was like, is he a genius?
Nah, but when I be debating anime, like I literally gotta be like, I literally gotta stop and be like, I mean, like, motherfucker, was he not doing this? Like I gotta preface it with a question
Yeah,
because
right.
if because I know like I could get this shit wrong.
in case.
I'm like, yeah, just in case. Like I'm like, did he not like slap it like backhanded? Like,
she was a forefront with the palm.
He's just too big to be getting that like angry about that. Like Leland's now like he's not who he used to be when he was like in his early 20s.
Oh, now he's all buff and shit.
Bro, Leland looked like Suge Knight, bro. Leland big as fuck. You don't understand.
Yeah,
When I saw him at the
wore
wedding,
the
I was like, no, dog. When I saw him at the wedding, I said, bro, what the fuck?
No,
he said, what's good, nigga? I said, nigga, put your hands up. You gotta play me like that, bro. Like, we gonna have a problem. I can't fuck with you like that. He's just too big. Oh my god.
that's funny.
We love it.
Nah, he's real shit though. I think I enjoyed talking to him just because he's I think just real. The nigga just keeps to himself and you just talk to him about some real shit.
Honestly, I'm really proud of a lot of you guys. Like everyone that was at the wedding, great people. You know, like straight up people that I really enjoy talking with, working with, anything. You know, like
The crazy thing is when we were at the wedding, Caleb was like, cause he was like saying that he wasn't gonna have fun and all that stuff.
We're gonna
I
have
hate
fun.
weddings. I hate weddings.
He had so much
bro.
fun.
I was like, I don't even want to go to mine.
first
bro.
off, the ceremony. I love that it was just bam. We love each other. Or you guys good?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, bro,
Well,
I
it's
don't.
because he didn't want to stand there the whole time.
Hey, I was like, bro, I don't want to link these ceremony. Like, I don't want to do all this like touchy feely shit. We actually did our vows in private because I was like,
we
because I was
did.
like, bro, I'm not like this ain't for this. Well, I don't want to be all performative and like, oh, this has meant the most to me. In my life. Like, I don't like, come on, bro. Like, no. So I just want to
Did
be
y'all
in
see
and
each
out.
other? Did y'all see each other before the wedding, or you all like
No.
fuck it?
No, yeah,
No.
no, we didn't see each other.
Oh really?
But
Okay.
I mean, before we left the house,
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Yo, get this-
Oh yeah. My bad.
Y'all drove together. You said, "Hey, you go over there."
We didn't drive there together.
Yeah, we didn't drive there together.
Yeah.
We
I
split
I
up,
feel like
split
they
up.
split up like that. That's
But,
cool.
um,
I thought first of all, I thought it was a great wedding. Like it felt like a good party. Like that's what I wanted.
We had we were just happy that everybody had fun.
Yes.
Caleb had fun. He didn't know anything about going on, but we were just saying
Oh.
that like we really liked that. Like we probably had so much fun because it was people that we loved.
Yeah.
You know, it was like.
It
It
definitely didn't
wasn't
feel performative at all. It felt like we're just really having a good time.
Yeah, it did feel like on some like cookout type.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
Your parents, bro. Your family in general is cool as shit. Like I think they just add to like the baseline of the whole event.
His parents
Yes,
are so
sir.
funny. They're so funny.
And what's his name? What's little dude's name?
Lil Walter.
Yo,
Walter.
Walter was getting crazy. I was like, bro.
Yeah.
He was going off, bro. He was on the dance floor for hours, bro.
I saw the pictures and I was like, that's how to do that shit, honestly.
Yeah.
I wish I could have stayed longer, but I loved it. And like that gave me hope for like honestly y'all's relationship gave me hope. Like it's like relationships overall, you know, but then also just like this is how to do it. Not overly lengthy, overly performative. You know, I mean, the lion dance though, that was tight.
Oh yeah,
that was tight. And the fireworks, and I was
think
like,
the mixture was cool.
Yeah.
Like the mixture of the cultures. Was
yeah, the mixture
I
of the
thought that
culture.
was cool. Like, I was
Yeah.
happy about it. I was like, why did they got like in the pictures? It was so funny because it would be like this Asian dude, the short. I don't know who he was. It was my. Everybody thought it was my.
I thought all
my
Asian
dad.
dudes are-
Everybody thought it was my dad. I was like, that's not my dad. But, it was just like
everybody.
they were like dancing with like everybody, and I was like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I showed my mom, and you know, I'm just like, hey, interracial relationships, marriage, what's gonna happen? I don't know, right? But dude, like, thank you guys. I think this is now a good point. We've talked for so long, but I had a great time talking with you guys. You know, first of all, the relationship stuff, fantastic. Gives me hope. The internet making me so pessimistic, but it's like, oh, be reasonable and conscious. What do you know, right? But I'm happy for you guys. Congratulations once again. And thank you guys for coming back. You know, it's like, I've been wanting to talk to you guys forever, you know?
Yes,
I feel like I only get to see you guys like brief glimpses like during these events, and you know, everyone's busy. I know you guys are always busy. It means a lot you guys made some time to come through.
Appreciate you having me, man.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Absolutely.
It was
It
fun.
was fun. Yeah.
I feel like people are gonna ask what the fuck this episode is about, bro.
Everything.
We were talking about Elden Ring, what's a relationship like?
Bro, yeah. Elden Ring, anime, and
Relationship.
time dilation.
Right, exactly, right.
Special relativity.
I wasn't expecting Lightyear to have that. Like, when he had Lightyear, I was just like, no way.
All of y'all were like, I was like, what?
I was like, no
That was
way.
so out of pocket. They were talking about, what were y'all saying? Y'all were saying Interstellar.
Interstellar,
Yeah. I didn't watch Starship Troopers.
Right.
That's not really the same thing. That's not.
No, I actually want to rewatch Starship Troopers. Bro.
I still need
I have to
to-
play Helldivers.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta watch that shit
I
again,
need
bro.
to-
That was my favorite movie as a kid.
Bro, same. Bro, that shit was crazy. Bro, the big ass guns. I was like, bro, what the fuck? Like, this shit looks so hard.
I
was
want to
scared
play
all the time.
Helldivers. I'm right now so stuck in Final Fantasy Rebirth. Like, I'm trying to 100% it. I'm trying to 100% it.
Is that the part 2?
Yeah, part 2, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And like, but there's just so much to do. Like, it's 200 hours in this game.
Damn.
Oh my
And
god.
I am still haven't finished because I'm just doing every single side quest. I did every race. I've looked for every hidden item. I've done everything.
The platinum.
Oh,
You gotta give that up.
I know, but like,
That's so healthy.
I can't. Like, and also I want to get like a Final Fantasy tattoo one day.
And you won't let yourself do it until you're platinum?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, honestly,
I
like,
understand, bro. Some games you just have to platinum.
got to. Final Fantasy especially. Like, I'm like, I got to. This is what got me into nerd world for real, I think, you know? Like, I saw Barrett, and I was like, a black guy. And like, I was like, I never looked back.
A random game I platinumed, which I really shouldn't have, because it's stupid,
Yeah.
is Party Animals. That shit was
Party
fucking-
Animals.
I heard
He was
Party
like-
Animals was cool though.
I was
It's fun,
playing
it's
it
fun.
to, like, for fun with him.
Yeah,
and
like,
he's like
platinumed
raging about not getting an achievement.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
Like, I'm sitting there laughing, having fun. I'm like, why is he so
she's
fucking
having
mad?
fun, and I'm like, I'm
Ah.
trying to do the most impossible shit to
Yeah.
do with people that are not cooperating
They don't know,
ever.
right? Yeah.
Bro, like, I'm like, the opposite team, they don't know, they don't care, they just
Yeah.
want to troll, they're doing the dumbest shit. And I'm
Like
fuck.
everyone just let me there. I do
I
that
think-
from Fall Guys, honestly. I was trying to platinum that, and
Fall
like,
Guys.
I gave up.
Fall Guys is crazy.
I
I,
gave
I,
up.
I didn't even try that. But I think that Party Animals is the hardest game I ever like platinum.
Wow.
I think that's the hardest game. You have to do the most obscure shit. There was one oh my fucking gosh. Oh my bro, there was an achievement, right? You cannot get in the water. You can't get in the water. You can't touch the water. It's on a submarine. It's on a submarine, and the submarine goes down.
Oh no!
And then on top of that, so you have to climb up. You have to climb up on top of the like on the antenna of the submarine. But if any enemies are dead, they can just throw shit at you, and get knocked down, and then you'll fall into the water. You have to not touch the water and win. You have to win the round without touching the water once.
They literally, so it was
Oh
him and his friend Hunter.
My fucking god.
They were literally in game,
Oh
like talking
my
to
God.
these people, like, all right, guys, we're
But
gonna
we was
get
like,
this
we was like,
achievement
guys, please,
stuff.
please, like, we'll literally let you win, bro. Like, we'll literally let you win. Just let us like win this round without touching water, and we're good. Nobody would listen, bro. Everybody would control. They're like, running at us, like it does with that, and then like going into the water. We're like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Like on the mic, bro. It was so good.
I I could not
It's so
play with him. I was
crazy,
like,
bro.
bro, this is a lighthearted game.
They wouldn't let us get achievements. Like people, they don't care in that game.
No.
Like I think
And especially it's because of you, I bet,
Bro,
right?
oh my gosh, yes, I had to change my name. I had to change my name because we just want to troll.
Oh yeah, he never has. Wait.
No, yeah, I had to
You
change my
did?
name after that. I had to change my name.
Oh.
There was like one achievement. I think there was one achievement where we actually got
I
no.
got the
There's
trophy
two.
map for
There was
this.
a football one where we communicated and they actually listened and let us get the achievement.
Okay.
And then there's this other one that's actually impossible if they don't cooperate. You have to.
Like
you
with
don't
the
even have
with
enough
the
time
enemies?
in the game, huh?
With the enemies, you have to cooperate with the enemies.
Yeah, you have to cooperate
man.
with the enemies. You have to throw like 15
And like these are
people.
random people or
Random people
Oh,
that,
shit.
that don't give a fuck about
Oh.
you. That want to ruin your day.
Uh,
You have to throw 15 people, 15 enemies inside of the coal machine, like the little like the flame.
Oh.
You got to throw them in there to eliminate them.
Okay.
Right. You get like 5 minutes. It's like 5 minutes. There's no way you can get 15 people. It's 4 people at a time. There's only 4 enemies alive at a time. There's no way you can get 15 people in
I'm about to say,
one
how
match.
do you do that? Yeah, right.
Like I'm like, what? So that was like one of two. That was one of two achievements that they actually allowed us to do.
They actually
Everything
worked
else
it
we had
out.
we had to
Work.
fucking do ourselves. There's one.
Do you feel
crazy-
proud that
Bro.
you did all that too?
Bro, actually, I'm sick of myself, bro. Why did I do that? Why did I do that?
Have y'all played Lethal Company at all?
Yeah, Lethal Company
Okay.
is so stupid.
Have y'all? It is. Have you tried Pilgrim yet?
I haven't even heard of it.
Pilgrim just, I think it just came out, but it's like $8 right now. But it's basically Lethal Company, but in like medieval times.
Oh,
Bro, I'd be terrified.
Hold on, I'm putting that
I
on the
am
list.
terrified.
We gotta put that
I
on
need to
OT.
peep
Hold
this
on.
myself too. Also, I was reading the trophy guy because I'm a big trophy whore. For me, I love platinuming games. Like Sekiro, platinum it. Bloodborne, platinum.
gosh.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Elden.
You
That's
tried Sekiro?
yes,
That's crazy.
yes. The only thing I didn't do
Were
was
you tormenting yourself?
oh, my hands. Oh my gosh. I've only turned off vibration for Hollow Knight when I had to do that platinum. That was one of the hardest platinums I've ever done.
Hollow Knight. Oh
Yeah.
damn! Did I get platinum?
That one.
I've never even tried for all platinum, to be honest.
Did you like?
I've
There's
never
a
either.
boss
I played
rush.
the game, I beat it.
You have to do every
Sounds
boss
good. It's
like back
over.
to back. I mean, yeah, like be happy,
I
right?
think I think I have 3 achievements I didn't do on Hollow Knight. I love Hollow Knight. I
Yeah.
even got an Android.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I got the.
I can't wait till the new game comes out.
Silk Song.
Yes, one day, whenever they.
Yeah. One day. I actually got her too. I got Hornet and I got the Knight.
Oh, you know what? Give me
man.
that. I'm sorry. I know this was a dip out. Give me that. Like, what for both of y'all? Let me hear give me a couple games that you guys be like, this is a game I really fucking stand for that you might just not talk about normally.
Mine is Little Nightmares. I love
Nice.
Little
Bitch,
Nightmares.
that's what got me thinking. When he said Nindroid, I just bought one of my friends a Nindroid of 6.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, because I love Little
Oh
Nightmares.
yeah, I
bro.
haven't even started Little Nightmare, but she said
I've been trying to get
she
him
said
to
I should
play
try
it.
it because it's
Go watch
similar.
the lore
Like it's
videos.
kind of similar to Limbo.
Listen.
But like,
I've been
but
wanting
not.
Listen, young
Yeah,
nigga.
just
Listen. So
Yeah,
you need
I'm
to
15,
play
yeah.
Little Nightmares. Play the first one. Okay, wait. What was it? The first one, the second one?
Yeah.
First one, second one. You can do them in standard order. There's one
The
that's like
DLC is pretty good too.
get the DLC. You're gonna beat these games, right? You don't have to 100% them.
Okay.
But you will get some cool hats if you do.
Okay.
But you're gonna just play those games and then you just go watch through all the lore videos because the third one's coming out soon. I don't think it's co-op. It might be co-op.
Oh,
I might just
gosh.
stream it. I might stream it on Friday because
It's a really good stream game too.
Bro,
It's
'cause I don't wanna play
short.
Cut the lights off.
They have a huge fan
It's
base.
scary.
Yeah.
They,
Oh, shit.
they made me
I'd be
play with
scared.
the lights on.
I'm a pussy. dude.
I don't know anything about this game, so I'm interested
It's like
myself.
jump scares. It's like
Oh,
jump
okay, I
scares.
see.
But
But I mean, Limbo was kind of like it's like spooky.
Jump scares,
You know what I'm
monsters chasing you. Yeah.
it's like so essentially. This is just premise. You'll learn all about the world as you go on, but
Uh-huh.
there's no talking in this game at all. But people have already figured out the lore. They're like trying to put everything together.
Wow.
You're a child, and for whatever reason, you're like this big, and the adults are like normal size.
Uh-huh.
And it's like I guess they eat kids.
Huh.
I think they're like troll humans or something, or maybe they're giants.
They're adults, but you don't ever see any adults that are your size. So it's like, and they also have webcomics online. There's 6 webcomics that are they actually
Oh,
play
really?
through. They played through. Girl, I was nerding. Girl, you don't understand me and my lore.
I
was nerdy.
did watch the
Oh my
lore
God.
videos, but I need to read it.
Between the first and the second game, there's 6 webcomics they released, and if you just play it on YouTube, just type in Little Nightmares comics, it'll really play them for you, and it'll just like flip through the pages, and that's how it's supposed to be played. But it's like it just adds so much. You're like, oh, that kid was at this location when you got there.
Oh.
And you're like, that's where that lollipop came from. You're like, that kid got taken or abducted.
Oh, shit.
It's
You can
crazy,
finish
dog.
that in
I like lore.
one stream. Like each game in one stream. They're short.
I like lore. I didn't want to mention it while we were doing the podcast, but I'm like super deep into Destiny 2 lore. But Destiny 2 sucks.
Yeah.
So I play it all the time.
Okay, that's why I
That's
like.
another game.